At home, we're back. Boston Blue Beat here for the very first weekly for June. And we got some BlazBlue Central Fiction to start this week off. I'm Salted Boy, joined here on the mic with Deadbird once again. And we got a lot of great matches coming up in just a moment.
Oh my gosh, June of BlazBlue, the year's almost half over at this point. It's crazy to see how fast it's flown by. Feels like only yesterday Ice Cool was winning Frosty Fausting's 2025 and now losing to Fenrich.
Dude, it feels so good to, not only be back commentating Boston Blue Beat, you know how it is, y'all, but also the fact that we're back in tournament season. Like you said, it feels like it wasn't too long ago when Ice Cool won Frosty Faustings, but now we're fully in the thick of it. We just had Combo Breaker the past weekend. It might not have been a main game, but still, over 100 people showing up. Even Fenrich coming on over, testing his mettle against us US folks, and us US folks not holding up. But we got CEO next week to redeem ourselves. And of course, you have Evo at the start of August, and Boston Blue Beat Beach episode, which I'm sure you're all familiar with at this point, smack dab in the middle of July. So there's a lot to look forward to, and I personally, the way I think of these Boston Blue Beat weeklies right now is I think of it as the Fenrich training room, because I feel like every single one of these guys, are probably going to be showing up to CEO, or a lot of these guys are going to be showing up to CEO, going to Evo, and they want to be the one to be remembered as the one taking down Fenrich.
Yeah, like you were talking about, City of the Wolves being a big boon to the anime community. Not only is it a modern game with just blocking and active defense, but it has also trapped Fenrich at all these events, so now he has no choice but to enter BlazBlue. And yeah, you like what you're saying, CEO on the horizon I think is really exciting. Only a few weeks away, and is at main game status. BlazBlue, couldn't get it at Combo Breaker, but CEO Bailey still got us there. So main game BlazBlue Central Fiction on the the major stage coming up in just a few days.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, I think there's about 80 entrants for CEO, or 90, something like that. It's way more than last year, and comparable to what we saw at Combo Breaker this past weekend. But I think what's really most exciting is that all the big players that normally show up to CEO don't normally show up to CEO, or coming through. And a lot of players that don't make it out to many events during the year are also coming through. So DGF, who normally makes CEO, skipped out on CEO last year, but is coming back, and I'm excited to see what he has to offer on the CEO stage, because he's been the terror, the villain of CEO for these past few years, ever since it came back from COVID. So he's been winning every single one of these until he skipped out last year. The Master Game took the crown. Now Fenrich is coming back, dude. It's going to be so cool. But what's also just as equally cool here is we have a Ragnar Mirror to start us off. We saw Play Guy 2-3 to Fenrich in winners finals. But now you're going to be seeing two other Ragnar players duke it out against each other to start us off this evening.
Yeah, we got the East Coast beef going on here. Oni moving back to New York City kind of soon, going up against Aerodat from Boston. So we've got New England versus Tri-State coming up here as Oni draws the first blood.
I don't know areas here over in the East Coast, but what I know for sure is that Aerodat is the one that's applying pressure here on Oni. Gonna open him up here into the corner, lots of corner here without actually hitting Oni too much. But now here we go. We have that OP situation. A roll forward, very risky, but Aerodat unfortunately won't be able to punish that.
Ooh, good challenge. Didn't I beat the dead spike, so decided to go for the DP to kind of expose Aerodat taking advantage of those plus frames. Now there we go, like you were saying, corner to corner. This Ragnar character has quite good corner carry.
Absolutely, but unfortunately for Oni, we do not have the Enders, and Aerodat is going to punish him severely for this. Will Oni spend his burst? I'm not sure.
Have overdrive and I was wondering if could have killed there.
Probably, but I don't know if Aerodat wants to spend all those resources, but now he might be regretting that. Oh no, a big drop from Oni, won't be able to get the EA for the Ender, but Aerodat is not going to be able to get that kill either. One DP, Aerodat spends the burst white to save this one, but the God kick, the Jesus kick coming through from full court, going to smack Aerodat right in the face.
Man, that was an incredible final interaction there. I also want to call out that ODR from Oni as being especially good, knowing that Aerodat wanted to RC off of second hit of Hell's Fang. So using the OD to go through that, get the guaranteed punish with the 5A.
Mashing out, going to 2A. Aerodat going to find a hit there, but won't be able to link that into anything big. Pick once again. Oni the one using that way more effectively than Aerodat at this point.
Oh, but in the meantime, Salty Boy Aerodat has had a response here. Now on the aggression, getting a little too overextendy there. Oni very willing to represent the DP.
Yeah, and I think Aerodat, oh no, won't be looking to do the same instead. Spends it on the counter assault, but Aerodat almost to burst, but won't be able to get it in time as Oni is going to clean that one up. Much more, much more in the lead than that previous round.
Oni's crazy. Every time Oni has gotten bursted so far, immediately 6-6 dash momentum 5B. Like, he just goes in immediately.
Yeah, Oni definitely the more aggressive player in this matchup, in this player matchup at least. Here we go, 5C starting us off. Great counter here for Oni, going to toss Aerodat immediately into the corner.
What is this palette from Aerodat?
Dude, I don't even know. We're in like a different plane at this point, and I don't like it.
It's the ghost.
You know what it looks like?
What?
It looks like those Smash character icons. You know, the stock icons?
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
They put Ragnar in Smash.
I wish. Dude, I was actually legitimately hoping for that. Like, no, I'm not joking.
Good IBs there from Aerodat, but Oni has not kind of paused a reset there, so the plus frames are not helping out because Oni's just running strings.
To A, an instant match from Aerodat, no fear. 2B won't reach Oni. JC though, big hit and a nice link, but unfortunately won't be able to finish that one off with the knockdown. Oni immediately air dashing right back in.
Tried to bait out the DP there with the plus frames on Death Spike. Oni trying to get into Aerodat's head here, but it's so far not worked out. Going for the kill here. Enhanced Distortion will probably be enough.
I think it might as well. Yeah, there, definitely. That extra damage.
I was doubting myself, and I was like, Ragnar Health, we're okay.
Yeah, this is also OD enhanced super. It's like, you know, it was definitely going to kill in that area. Like, that basically just ensured that it would. Right now, Aerodat trying to get himself out of the corner, but going to get smacked by the overhead. Oni on a way to a perfect at this point. You're in the tank, playing to use it pretty soon here. But DP comes out from Aerodat. No mirror to back that up. That was no fear, but Oni just taking a page out of Aerodat's book. No fear, matching on them.
Oni's really trying to get this DP to whiff, but Aerodat has not given it so far. Playing very safe on defense here, but that has given Oni opportunities to do some pretty wild stuff. Oni does definitely seem to be kind of extending on where Aerodat is being respectful.
Nice counter for Oni, starting things off, tossing Aerodat into the corner once again. We've seen how much Oni can run away with the game once he has Aerodat stuck in the corner, especially for round start. From getting that knockdown, misses the timing on the overhead. But Aerodat still alive here. We're just gonna block this all out.
Where was the quarter pull there? Was it Blood Scythe?
That was so
goofy. I do like first Blood Scythe of the set, you immediately do the second Blood Scythe of the set to kind of like make them doubt themselves for not punishing it.
Uh-oh. Alright, JC. That's good enough.
Putting out that standing button there at the end to secure the round. Oni looking very confident there. Like I said, always running in, like we were talking about, you know, really just disrespecting some of Aerodat's pressure. Never did get that backdash on the DP, though. Had two little moments that seemed like Aerodat was definitely going to bite, but Aerodat kept cool in both situations.
You could say he was ice cool.
Ooh.
But that was
Not in this
not a good
bracket, by the way.
segue because Ice Cool is not in this bracket. Actually, kind of uncharacteristic for him. But we do have instead here is JustATomato and Tubazo as our first round 2 match. So we're gonna be seeing the Kagura and we're gonna be seeing the Arcune.
Yeah, Tomato's been chatting quite a bit here. Very engaged with blazblue, of course. Runs his own brackets and his, 9th at Frosty Faustings 2025. It's a tough placement for Tomato, but I mean, definitely shows his acumen and strength at the game and playing a very fun character in Kagura.
Oh man, I forgot. I for whatever reason I thought he made top 8, but it was actually Quetzalgoatl that knocked him out to make him top 8.
That was
instead.
a pretty unfortunate match because they know each other, and it was like one of us is getting the medal and the other one's getting eliminated.
Oh yeah, it was a really good match though, and this one's going to be really good as well. But Tubazo going to be playing this one a lot more patient. You kind of have to as Arcune sends up the cloud, trying to force Kagura to move at this point, and tries to teleport in, but an immediate flash kick from JustATomato will hit on the other side.
Tubazo's really hoping for the RNG that makes the cloud follow Kagura instead, because Kagura's movement is so slow. Yeah, so we have the one that's like sitting above Tomato right now. He's going to get some extra curse off of that. Much better than the one where it follows Arcune, because Tubazo's trying to not be close to Kagura, I think, in this matchup.
Yeah, right now Tubazo's playing what most people would consider Arcune to be is like a zoner at the start of the game. He's not really good at that, but you kind of have to play that, especially against Kagura, because you do not want this to happen to you, as you're stuck in the corner taking all of this damage, but Tubazo trying to make his grand escape so close to filling up that curse gauge, but unfortunately no dice, as JustATomato will be closing that one out. Yeah, that's the one situation Tubazo was trying to avoid. We're just trying to zone him out the entire game, get curse, and then move in, but JustATomato got a really lucky 2C hit.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, because, Arcune does kind of want to, like, flirt outside of your buttons range and then like kind of sneak in with like an air button or just stall out, but it's really hard to sneak in with that air button when BFAF is so strong for Tomato.
One of the things I say about Arcune is that he is probably the saddest character to watch when he does not have curse and he cannot get curse. And that's exactly what we saw right here. And it's not really I say sad, but at the same time, it's like the moment he does get cursed, then he's instantly committing war crimes. Like he wasn't just struggling the entire game. But it really is like, man, he is just a wet blanket. He does not do anything good until he gets that curse. So he's very much feast or famine. And right now, Tubazo's all famine.
Yeah. I'm struggling to make something happen here. Even with all this movement, like, it's still running out of options. It's just scared of everything Tomato has, but there's that important jump in. Is going to be defeated by Burst. Now Tubazo's kind of like a live wire, though, because the next hit will curse. And there's that BFAF we were talking about. Makes it really problematic for Arcune to move around close to... Oh, my God.
What a 2C hit! And that's going to be doing so much damage. Barely any moves in that combo either, but man, did it hurt. Tubazo actually going to spend Burst here. Trying to stay alive. Hero Burst, but man, I don't know if this is the hero story that Tubazo is looking for. RC canceled, but doesn't even need it.
Yeah, that burst, like you were calling out, Salty, could be a little bit ill-advised. Especially because Overdrive's so good on Arcune.
And I'm just going to say this right now, Tubazo's already folding on defense. And now that we don't have burst,
we got a curse.
Unless we drops the combo. Oh my god, that would have been free curse.
I think that was a real... I mean, I don't know Arcune combos on the top of my head, but I think that definitely was curse.
Basically, like, any good starter for Arcune will lead to full curse.
A little too far on that one. I'm rooting for Arcune right now. What have I become? Okay, well, we're close.
Just wait till he gets hit. Hold on. Oh, avoided the flash kick there. That's really good. And the 5C anti-air are right. The party has started. Say hello to my friends. Tubazo now can finally start playing this aggressive game, but instead we're just going to walk up menacingly on JustATomato as he folds to the bugs.
I gotta give Tabazo that round. That was a lot of neutral Tabazo to play there, and won way more interactions than he lost.
Yeah, but honestly, like, really good picks that I got right there as well. The 2C was really good, as you saw, but also that 5C anti-air as well was really good.
Yeah, and got that again. Did bait the burst really hard there. I don't know if that's a winning move. I mean, if you bait it, you, like, win the game. But letting Kagura get out of another combo for free can be really tough. But it looks like Tabazo is cleaning it up here. Yeah, perfect there for Tabazo. Really kind of changing the script there quickly. Tomato's chatting right now.
That's how he is.
Dog, you whiffed C-Fafnir. Get back in there.
He'll drop his combo and be like, well, that just happened. Like he's some character.
Yeah, you're
from
just sending messages while you're
film.
getting comboed by Arakune. Like, you may as well.
Like, he's
Getting
right
cursed
behind
is
me, isn't
almost like losing the game.
Okay, 6A, too far to hit. And yeah, good usage of barrier as well from JustATomato to just push Tabazo out of his preferred range, so these overheads won't really connect, and he has to make a lot of risks to actually try to open you up with some mix.
Has to overextend himself a little bit.
First spent once again. The Cloud not going to be the one that he's looking for. Finally getting the Cloud that he was looking for, but that good projectile going to knock it out of the way. And JustATomato is going to be knocking out Tabazo there into the air, meeting him up face to face, and should be cleaning this one up pretty handedly.
Tabazo may be over-expecting the instant overhead, though Kagura did have meter, so would be able to convert off of it. But you're seeing that decision where it's like the 5B connects for Kagura, and it's either low or instant overhead, so Tabazo really is just guessing on that one.
Yeah, I think really right now, Tabazo's just getting really antsy on defense. Whether it's trying to move instantly, trying to press a button. I mean, we've seen how many times JustATomato has gotten these massive counters because Tabazo simply does not respect JustATomato's pressure.
Yeah, that match was a little ill-advised, I must say. Okay, ODR will not qualify. Plenty of meter to spend here for Tomato with overdrive. Cleaned up there, staying on the winning side. We have JustATomato.
2 clean rounds in a row. Tabazo getting a really nice game there the moment he was able to get cursed online, but it really just felt like a long string of bad decisions when it comes to playing defense against Kagura. A lot of times, you know, like I said, getting antsy, pressing buttons when he probably shouldn't be. And really, I mean, as Arakune, you don't really have a lot of defensive options, but you at least have the system mechanics, which are particularly good against Kagura. I'll let you know. So you really could just like sit back, barrier a little bit, and push him far enough away to where you can actually make that escape. And you know, I am kind of like diluting the game plan down just a little bit, but you kind of like get the idea that maybe we should have been a little bit more patient, especially as Arakune without curse.
I like fuzzy jumping against Kagura a lot because it makes them want to go for 6C. And that's when you get them. That's when you start pressing, because if they're doing dash momentum 6C into you, they're getting counter hit by like every button you have. That's how I bait the hook in this matchup. So I just jump a lot, which is what I do anyway, but it's extra good against Kagura.
Yeah, like if your character is good at calling out my fuzzy jump options, it doesn't matter. I'm going to fuzzy jump anyways. But it just so happens that my fuzzy jump habit is just particularly good against this character. But anyways, we're moving on to our next round. We'll be between Cam and MacMens. Cam thinking about which character to pick, either the Moo or the Noelle, but we'll be locking to the Noelle for this match.
Good stuff. Cam, known for that big slashback performance this year. And then MacMens, on the other hand, really well known for the Anji and Strive, and has also been coming over to BlazBlue as well. Actually, I don't know if MacMens was into BlazBlue.
Yeah, you say recently, but at this point, like, MacMens has been playing BlazBlue for quite a long time at this point. I guess, like, relatively a short time, but at the same time, you can say the same thing about, like, Quetzalgoatl and JustATomato, where they're, like, relatively new to, like, competing at this capacity. But no, MacMens is a very solid player on the Azrael, a character that I would say perfectly fits him, as he did play Anji in Strive and continues to get really good results on that end. But you gotta really know this matchup if you want to be doing well in it, because Noel can be pretty knowledge check heavy, especially with how little you see of this character. And you know, you may not be ready for the amount of damage she's going to be dishing out right there. 5k, spending all of the meter we have at our disposal there.
Yeah, Cam, I think, did 2 standing overheads in that first round. So, and then we see another one here. So yeah, definitely putting the pressure on MacMens with the layer 1 offense right now. Oh, excellent. Yeah, and that was 4D, so would have been immune to everything except blows. Very, very difficult for MacMens to deal with right now. Baited out by it again. Yeah. This works out.
Yeah, this works out especially well. Cam going to be getting burst back pretty soon.
Right, at least MacMens dodged the command grab that time, but yeah, I think MacMens is becoming a 4D victim right now. Has gotten counter hit by that button like 5 times at this point.
You have to be, you always have to be very cognizant of 4D as a button, and that's like really just like what, like the moment you learn how to play against 4D, you learn the Noel matchup. There it is.
I hope you have a good low.
Yeah,
the Noel matchup.
And good thing Azrael does have some good lows at this point.
Yeah.
Damn. MacMens gets the corner here. Opens him up with the low. Doing some damage here. Won't be spending any meter. Definitely gonna want to save it after this combo.
Jump into the overhead again, but yeah, Cam, JD, very, very fun button to press. Going through the mids with the drive sequence and cleaning up. Yeah, Gustav, not too helpful against it when Cam is predicted it.
Dude, Gustav really is just like the get in for free button, get in for free move. But in this situation, you know, Noel definitely has the tools to actually phase right through that. Gustav and the overhead go to connect with MacMens on his noggin. MacMens no burst to spend to actually get out of this combo as he is locked down in jail. Might not even get burst for the rest of this round if Cam can open up MacMens a couple more times. Has plenty of meter at this point. Could definitely go for a super, maybe OD as well. I'm actually not too sure about these Noel boots, but we're not going to be spending any of those resources yet, as we're going to be spending the OD now to go right through the Gustav, but unfortunately,
cleaning it up as we were talking about. Cam notorious with that 4D and taking it clean 2-0 against MacMens here on the winner's side.
Yeah, and like we were saying before, it definitely felt like MacMens was a victim to 4D and all the drive sequences that Noel had available to her. But MacMens definitely could make quite the loser's run here, despite how stacked this bracket is and will continue to be. But Cam, moving on, playing against Quetzalgoatl actually over there in winners quarterfinal, so that's going to be a really fun match to watch. And Quetzalgoatl is actually one of the players to watch as we're in the middle of tournament season, because I know he will be showing up to CEO next week.
Oh, fantastic. Let's get a roll call in chat. Who's showing up to CEO in a few days? In a few weeks?
I'm curious. I haven't like taken a big look through the bracket yet. I just know Quetzalcoatl's there just because he is from the Florida area, so of course. Maybe Dark Souls, you know, he'll correct me in the chat if he is or not. DGF there. I don't know how many people in this bracket in particular are actually going to CEO though.
I haven't looked too closely at it just because it's not finalized. Public service announcements, CEO registration closes today. But yeah, I could be pretty excited. I've seen Cam up again because this was the only match that was ready to go. So we'll be seeing more of that Noel.
No, I see him hovering that moon. I'm like, that is the correct decision against, like in this match in particular. If you pick Noel over Moo, I feel like you're throwing. Like if you can play both these characters, Oh, also, happy 1,000. Cam just reached 1,000 matches.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, Cam. Big 4 digits. It's a milestone. Of course, U12 going to be a much stronger character compared to Noel. Very, very good in this version of the game. Drones kind of play neutral for you in a lot of ways, and has a really good mid overhead and just good Murakumo buttons and backdash.
Yeah, also access to a DP as well, which will be important, especially once you're going to be stuck in the corner now, as Quetzalcoatl will bring you immediately there with Grand Viper, has a lot of these important seals unlocked, drops the combo, but still going to pick that up as Cam might have been trying to jump out of the corner there.
Rebel 2, action, counter.
Excellent play there.
The trade immediately sets it a bit. Quetzalcoatl having to respect that. Sets up another bit, backs away. Yeah, we're just going to play this patient zoning game, keeping Susano locked down, making sure he can't unlock any of his special moves.
Ooh, tried to chase that with a big 6D there, but Quetzalcoatl is going to be a little bit too far away.
Huge jump in for Quetzalcoatl though, unlocks the blade, and really nice rooting to get straight into that DP unlock. But the DP is not really going to be as important here against Mu as it is against other characters, and a massive poke with the sword. And this is like one of the cool things about Susano is depending on the matchup, you're going to be unlocking different specials at different paces. And the most important special move you can unlock in any zoner matchup is the sword for that particular reason.
Yeah, the fact that it launches and destroys projectiles is just ridiculous. I think Cam is like, okay, we gotta take it back.
Okay, going back to the Noel.
We gotta go back to old reliable. The matchup is so much better for new, but
yeah, I think
you gotta go with your ride or die.
Right, the familiarity with the character. I like Noel definitely is Cam's character, but it's always cool seeing his move because I do think his move is good, but unfortunately it didn't seem to work there, and Cam has limited options here as Quetzalcoatl is on set point. Massive counter, but unfortunately can't find the right connection there for the combo.
It's kind of fun. We'll see if Quetz is able to get level 3 tackle. I know that's kind of a fun unlock because it kind of just makes all of your combos free.
Yeah.
Like usually you need Grand Viper, like want to get like Sonic Spin or so, but level 3 tackle just does it all.
Man, that's gotta feel bad as Cam right there. Getting hit by the back end of 2C and then getting hit by the second hit of 3C. That's gotta feel bad.
Yeah. Okay, good IBs here on the 6-speed.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl this entire set has been really on point with these jump-ins, but now it's Cam's opportunity to actually do something here as the ball has been tossed to his court.
Yeah, and can run some good offense as well with no DP unlocked, but good blocks there from Quetzalcoatl. Probably is that matchup experience from Seb. Level 2 tackle.
And I like the usage of these air-to-airs from Cam. Noel notably has really good air-to-airs, actually some of the best in the game, I think. But unfortunately, cannot do too much on the ground here, especially in the corner. 6BB. Blocked. Oh, and the burst bait from Quetzalcoatl into the Astral. Quetzalcoatl telling Cam to sit down and get out the winner's side.
Man, I saw Susan's profile flashing there for a moment. I was like, oh no, here we go. We're gonna watch the cutscene.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl's so far ahead in that round is like, you know what, might as well go for it. And Quetzalcoatl did exactly that, giving us a treat that is Susano's Astral. I actually love that Astral. I think it's one of the coolest ones in the game. It's so simplistic, but it just works so well.
It's got so many hits.
It does so much damage. It does the most damage out of all the Astros. Like, come on, that has to make it objectively the best one.
The most optimal Astral. Even Celica couldn't heal it.
Oh, man. All right, good stuff to Quetzalcoatl. As always, making quite the run here in Boston Blue Beat, making it into winners of semis. Potentially plays against Dawn later on as well. And speaking of Dawn, You have Dark Souls 2 and Dawn coming right up. Dark Souls 2 beating Aerodat 2-0. Dawn taking out Soliloquy to make it to this point as well. And once again, 2 familiar faces to the Boston Blue Beat scene. I don't know if Dawn is making it out to CEO. I want to see Dawn actually travel to more events because his Relius is so clean, and he's always making like first, second place here at Boston Blue Beat. And it's like, man, it's a shame that I don't see him at offlines more often. He is going to CEO. Oh, dude, CEO is going to be so stacked.
Dawn's gonna go crazy.
Dawn,
I'm going up against
Enric,
Dark Souls 2.
Kobe, dude. Okay, I gotta hold my excitement for a little bit, but Dawn actually going to be playing the Moo here. I know he's been practicing that Moo quite a bit recently. I'm trying to bring that character up to speed.
Yeah, and didn't get to see too much of it. Cam switching off of Moo very quickly there. Not getting to see Dawn rock up with it.
And Dawn already looking very solid against Dark Souls 2 here. We have the prison. We have the towers surrounding Dark Souls 2, but he's going to be spending that burst to get himself out. Yeah, maybe trying to catch Dawn as he falls down. Oh, but a big 60 whiff.
Oh, couldn't pick up afterwards. Tried to go for it. Dawn gonna establish the prison once again.
Yeah, looks like he will. Bits set up in your face. What are you going to do about it? Dawn says. 60 gets blocked, but we're going to be sending out the lasers, and you still have to respect that, even with 60 being blocked.
Man, that was so spaced out the overhead so much there that even the second hit whiffed.
The bomb actually connecting with Dawn. Oh, we're going to pick up. Yes, we will. Oh, Dark Souls 2, you're so clean with this character.
Excellent play here. Oh, little too late there. Wasn't able to completely bait it. Has to dodge the laser beams there. Dark Souls 2.
Combo would have been close, but it's not quite there. Gotta worry about the back end of the boomerang, but it's caught by the boomerang! But Dark Souls 2 can't finish it off. However, he's still gonna get it right there. That was such a close round.
That's such an insane overhead to throw there, where Dawn has meter for DP RC and counter assault RC. Like, definitely, I feel like Dark Souls 2 should have assumed that Dawn was gonna try and do something, but that's why Dark Souls 2 has the soul of a champion. It's just like, I've got a good read here.
Yeah, but definitely didn't read that DP from Dawn. Donor with a DP, but that DP has very limited range. So it did whiff.
I mean, has pretty fast recovery, as we just saw.
That too, yeah.
Wow.
Feels like a BB tag DP.
Oh yeah.
All right, sets up the presence in the corner. Does the pogo, swap sides. Unfortunately, won't be able to finish the combo, but we're gonna be setting him another prison there to catch Dawn as he tries to chase him down. Hammer toss out, catches him in the air, and we're just filling up the screen with random stuff. Fatal counter.
What?
Presence still knocks Dawn up. Like, come on, you can't even finish your combos here once we have these presents down. And now Dark Souls 2 won't have that available, but does have access to the Cat Hammer, and probably looking to spend his super install, I want to say.
You definitely could try and counter assault out here. Dawn has so much meter to keep the pressure going.
OD counter assault. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's it.
OD not gonna do much there for Dark Souls. Just getting pushed back with the counter assault.
Round 3. Ooh, that's rough. We did get access to the rockets though, which can be important once we're back into neutral, but right now we're definitely not in neutral. Back into the prison, locked down, and Dawn tossing away the key. Dark Souls 2 trying his best to escape. 60 gets blocked. Rockets come out, actually interrupting Dawn in the middle of his pressure sequence. Presence doesn't respect it.
Dark Souls has been missing the present pickup pretty frequently, but still is going to be pretty ahead as he takes this corner position.
Lots of fuzzy jumps here from Dawn. The other side. Hammer burst from Dawn, trying to maintain that corner position.
Oh, there we're seeing the mid from the mid overhead being RC'd into a low there, just making it even more difficult to block that annoying mix-up.
So the activation gets caught by the laser, but that's still not enough to close him out. But there's the RC into the overhead there. Oh, yeah, sorry. RC into the low. The overhead RC low. Yeah,
Very sneaky.
Yeah, Don's been doing that multiple times there, and Dark Souls 2, you know, not catching on at least yet. But like you said, it's very tricky and very annoying to block.
Yeah. It's messed up.
But I feel like, can you fuzzy the timing of that?
I don't believe so. I mean, if you did, it'd have to be really fast.
Yeah, that makes sense. First, avoids all the bits, actually. 60 with Dark Souls 2 trying to punish Don for that approach, but unfortunately will not. Don making a solid combo here. Should be able to get set up here in the corner. Oh my god, the combo just keeps on going.
Whoa, first hit 6B crush trigger there. And Don's just doing everything off of that except for the overhead right now. Yeah, low again.
Dark Souls
Brutal.
trying his best, like praying to God, like that he would let him out of the corner, but no, Don just being absolutely criminal here with the lockdown he has on Dark Souls 2. Oh, but as I say that, letting him sneak out just a little bit. DP, going to connect. Side swap. You have access to the hammers, and that's going to guard crush Dawn. One more hammer in the tank. Maybe looking to... Yeah, definitely going to want to use it one more time here in the corner. And then get access to the cat hammers later. There it is. I like the usage of tossing the hammer right there. I think one of the really cool things about Dark Souls 2 is how he cycles through his items and knows when to toss them out, even as good as they may be, just to keep opponents locked down in the corner or just keep them out of the airspace. But now Dark Souls 2 going to be getting comboed, and I think, yeah, this is just completely first save.
Yeah, that was a super high mental stack throw there. I feel like Don has been putting so much pressure on Dark Souls 2 with the overhead, with just like buttons into it, really mixing it up. I think the second Dark Souls 2 saw Don running in with all of that meter was like, oh, it's going to be a strike into something crazy. So was not even trying to throw tech in that situation. And that's when Don, when your defenses were down, that's when Don got you.
And what's crazy too is that final combo was literally all burst safe.
Yeah.
Like, even before the OD, it was literally all burst safe. So the instant he got hit, he was instantly locked out. And really nice rooting from Don as well to actually be able to do that.
Yeah. Playing very solid there. Oh! So we have... Oni was able to take it over Aerodat, so now we have Aerodat going up against Darkasinsku.
Dang, okay.
Or sorry, we have Oni going up against Darkasinsku.
That's a bit of an upset, is it not?
I believe so. Aerodat's my goat.
He is my goat. But unfortunately, he will not be moving on further through winners, at the very least.
Yeah, but Oni's my countryman.
Oh, dang, he was sent down to lose round 1.
Oni goes to locals with me.
Dang. Aerodat playing as a rider down there in round 1. Tubazo staying alive.
Darkasinsku is a big crowd favorite.
Who does he play again?
He plays Jin.
Jin, right. That makes sense why he'd be a crowd favorite then.
They're calling him Fenrich Light.
That's honestly, is that not just every Jin player? Like, no disrespect to the Jin players, but Fenrich has like such a history, or you know, he has such a presence,
a reputation.
Such a reputation. There we go. That's the word. That every single time someone picks up Jin, it's like, oh, you're just trying to be Fenrich.
Huh?
Wait, hold on.
Unknown OD Celica player? I did not know that Darkasinsku.
Dude, I thought the Celica
Tomato, I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know. This is 1,300 matches Celica.
Dude, I thought
I'm ready to be surprised.
Wasn't EVO 2024 like, 10 months ago?
Oh, the
like,
DeMarcus Cousins
was over.
Best character in the game, Celica meets.
Yeah,
wait, that's not
he won EVO, and then suddenly like 3 Celicas spawn out of nowhere. But anyways, Darkasinsku, all right, not showing up with the Jin, instead showing up with the Celica. And Celica, definitely like one of the more underrated characters of the cast, particularly because her mix, if you know how to block against it, isn't particularly strong, and her, her damage, her neutral tools aren't always there as well. But not to say she doesn't have good options. As you're seeing right now, Darkasinsku is actually doing a lot of good work with her buttons in mixing up Oni right now.
Right, Oni running that stagger, really likes that 6D, and I like it as well. Very good.
Combo actually doing more than I expected. 4,700 without spending any meter? Oh, jeez.
It's that clean Onekage.
Okay, that's one of the big pros about Celica is her air control. Her air buttons are fantastic, especially that JC as you're seeing right there. Extremely big button. Hits extreme. That's a Jin button right there. Jin button slapped onto Celica. Is incredibly good, and she also has really good control with the dive kicks as well. Multiple dive kicks as well. So we have the JD, we have the regular dive kick that hits once on multiple angles, and nice really OD from Oni right there. I'm mixing all my words to go right through that overhead from Darkasinsku. Straight into the super, recover some health.
Yeah, I mean, could be some huge reactions there, but I imagine Oni just feeling out where the overhead was going to come there, and perfect OD to get through it. Good punish, and got the super as well, which is where Ragna gets like his actually impactful lifesteal from. But it will be Darkasinsku taking that round back, tying us up one apiece.
Yeah, so the thing about Celica is in her mix, like if you're paying attention, she'll do a little flash before her next move because the way she like links specials into each other. And if you see that gold flash right before the overhead connected, if you see that gold flash, it's always going to be a mid or a high. You do not have to worry about the low.
Look at the little stand block going. Whoa! What a nice little awareness there for Oni to confirm that 60 air hit.
Up, second hit, finds his hit, fatal counter, Oni mashing. No deactivation. Yeah, we're going to be getting a lot of bonus health, and we're going to be healing all of it. What is this? Street Fighter 4?
That was a pretty crazy amount of heal. I mean, Elena's coming to the 6th soon. We'll see how much she's able to heal in that game.
Darkasinsku's like, hey, Oni, you have a lifesteal? Well, look at this. I got lots more lifesteal on my side, but it looks like it's not really going to be mattering as much as Oni is simply hitting Darkasinsku more and winning more of the interactions. The JA lock in the air, really clean for Oni, but unfortunately going to get bursted. Darkasinsku is still alive, has a lot of meter in the tank, can easily go for moves like dive kick, RC.
Okay, more of that honest pressure. 60 finds the overhead with the Gauntlet of Hades. That is the first game going to Oni. Will we see a switch to Jin?
Nah, stay on the Celica. Stay on the Celica! Let's go lock it in!
The commitment.
Ice Cool come into the chat telling Darkasinsku to pick the Jin, but no, it is the Celica hype train right now. And honestly, Darkasinsku was doing pretty decently against Oni in those previous rounds. I mean, was able to get a round of his own, even almost won that last round. But now looking really solid in this upcoming one. Already getting Oni into the corner, getting some good damage. Blocks the EA, counter hit. I don't think that's enough. I might be eating my words here. Yeah, no.
Darkasinsku having to go for one more mix-up. Oh, corner steal, but Oni able to scrap his way out there, keeping a good head on his shoulders. Baits the DP.
Alright. So, the one thing about that DP is it's notably worse than other ones because it's a guard point one, meaning you can actually throw it. And I'm not
Hero
sure if like
burst.
Oni knows that, but he is at least blocking it, getting these punishes, which is really nice. And very low health too. Darkasinsku could be able to close this one out, even with like a single projectile, but JC coming through, finding a hit on Darkasinsku. Darkasinsku jumping out of the corner, but unfortunately not able to keep Danny locked in, but a really nice anti-air with that guard point DP coming in, coming in clutch.
Yeah. Both players did hero burst though, so at least the resources are pretty close here. Great anti-air there from Darkasinsku.
Okay. Interesting. Not pushing into the corner, instead staying in the mid screen. Blocks out the DP. Fatal counter. This should be doing plenty of damage even without that meter at disposal. I mean, look at that. 5k meterless and even more in the tank here. BB. That's it.
Okay. Quick response there from Darkasinsku. Cleaning up, and that crush trigger off the fatal starter was so much damage.
Okay, one last game. We're even up 1-1. See what we have in store. Yeah, Darkasinsku, really nice response to Oni from that previous game. Cleaning up those 2 rounds really cleanly. And getting some clean hits to start us off for this next one. Oni holding on to that burst throughout this combo.
And close to the chest.
Yeah, definitely want to hold on to it for the OD like we're seeing right here. I mean, Oni has shown that he is able to get so much reward off of these really well-timed well-timed ODs on these overhead attempts from Darkasinsku. And we're going to be recovering that health.
No.
Well, dive kick coming down on the other side, recovers a little bit of health there. Okay. I'm actually surprised that reached.
Rearing out. What a bold run through there by Oni.
The throw, good tech from Darkasinsku. Oni trying to get that air throw against Darkasinsku, but Darkasinsku just out of range. Air throw once again, trying to go for these reads. Not working out.
Oh man, DP's gonna qualify there from Darkasinsku. What a kind of stressful end there with both of the players with so much meter. So much to try and play around for DPRC from both players. Counter assault was a factor. Very complicated ending there.
Dash cancel in, DP once again. Not going to be the enhanced one, so won't be able to get too much off of it. JP down. 5B though. Straight into the throw, no tech.
Big life lead right now for Oni.
2A knocking him up. Burst spend from Darkasinsku.
And that's a hero burst.
That it is.
Big life lead to close here as well.
Okay, but if we get it one good combo, we can definitely heal all the health back, and we might be seeing that. There we go. Yeah, found a few hits, recovered a little bit of that health back, but that does leave you in like a really difficult position, because even though you got that health back, you're still essentially one touch away, even if Oni was not able to close that one out. I mean, right there, 5P. Really nice read there with the from Oni. But yeah, because once you heal your health, you don't have access to your enhanced specials anymore, and her enhanced specials are obviously her main source of damage and one of the best ways of like just controlling neutral. So when you kind of like toss that away, especially in a clutch moment like that, it becomes a little bit difficult because that health gain is negligible.
Yeah, and the damage you can get from it seems way more important. Oni's getting kind of pressed right now. Third hit in a row that Darkasinsku's gotten here.
I like that RC cancel. Oni still doesn't have burst, but now has burst. Darkasinsku ending that combo pretty early there with the dive kick. Oh, but that's gonna finish it. Darkasinsku, perfect. Looking good.
Yeah, locking into that Celica after using game one, so I had to play the character for the rest of the set, but looking fantastic with it. Running away in a great set there against Oni, and I believe, yeah, securing a placement in winner side top 8.
Yeah, I think, yeah, winner side top 8, like you said, and that should be all of top 8 winner side finalized for y'all. We have Killakobes, who played off stream. qualifying, going to be playing against Darkasinsku next. And we also have Dawn and Quetzalcoatl lined up as well. But speaking of things that we have lined up, of course, we've got Boston Blue Beach episode, July 19th through the 20th. We got a plethora of games, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, Fatal Fury, BlazBlue, and anything your heart desires. Go ahead, sign up now, and go ahead and get those hotel rooms booked as well. But another huge announcement is that Beach episode is partnered with Arc World Tour, as it is a qualifier for both Guilty Gear Strive and Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising. So even more of a reason to show up to Boston Blue Beach episode in July. But Deadward, what do we have here for the side games?
Yeah, we have many side games to play. The likes of KOF, Wonderful World, Idol Showdown, Virtual Fighter, and Vampire Savior. Don't forget, folks, normal registration is ending on June 7th. That is 5 days away, folks. June 7th is the end of normal registration, so be sure to register now. And additionally, any side game applications will close on June 14th at the end of the day. Folks, you're watching Boston Blue Beat right now. We run Boston Blue Beat weekly here on the Twitch channel. The likes of BlazBlue Central Fiction, Plus R, and Uni2 are all running here on the Boston Blue Beat main channel. Tune in every week for some more BlazBlue, some more Guilty Gear, and some more Under Night. We got you covered.
Man, it's so cool that they're an Arc World Tour qualifier. I saw that announcement at Common Breaker, and I was like, oh snap. Oh snap. That was such a huge moment. So yeah, definitely go support Boston Blue Beat while you can. It's going to be a 2-day event in, obviously, the wonderful Boston down there, to the east of us here in the USA. So go ahead, get there while you can, and sign up while you still can, of course, as well. Yeah, JustATomato, hashtag play CF. Be there to play CF, even if you aren't there for the qualifier. And there's definitely going to be a lot of really solid competition.
Yeah, really exciting. But let's get into it. Our first match of the top 8, Quetzalcoatl will be going up against Dawn here.
Quetzalcoatl versus Dawn, a matchup that we see far too often, but we're going to be seeing it again right now. Dawn maybe pulling out the Relius here. Okay, locking into the Relius, not going to mess around with the move. I've actually seen him like mess around with the move against Quetzalcoatl, and every single time it feels like he instantly regrets it and picks the Relius instead. So immediately we're going to be starting things off strong with his character of choice. And this is a matchup that we could potentially see at CEO depending on how that bracket lines up. So a little bit of a teaser for what's to come.
Let's get it. Here we go. Let's go to versus Dawn, getting those final reps in. And CEO only 2 weekends away. Had to EA there because the doll was going to cover the whiff there for Relius. So Quetzalcoatl going to get some additional damage, active flow off of that EA. Feeling pretty good, I think, with what he got off of that overdrive.
Really nice blocks from Quetzalcoatl, though. Being able to block all those overheads. DP is going to be like, getting a combo off that as well. Man, that DP is so good. Pops up way too high. Really solid 5As as well to kill the doll, but unfortunately, there's just way too much doll gauge there for that to be too much of a hindrance to Dawn in this moment. Going to be getting a solid combo, recover all of that doll gauge in the process, and you're still going to be getting bullied, but a counter assault from Quetzalcoatl will score him away out.
You talk about how salty that meter that Quetzalcoatl built, kind of helping him out here, but Dawn, the pressure is just too much.
And this feels like a lockout situation, even if this combo doesn't kill, and it surely will kill, but even if it didn't, Dawn can easily just go for the duelist bios, and it's like, okay, yeah, what do you do at that point? Barrier and hope for the best that you block everything. It was just a very tough position for Quetzalcoatl to be in. But now we're going to be going to this next round, hoping to get that burst back pretty soon. Great block on the overhead, but unfortunately going to get TRM.
Yeah, that whiff was so smart there, and you also, like, just by looking at the doll gauge, you could feel that Dawn was going to be trying to looking for that throw. So you could definitely see why Quetzalcoatl was hammering that tech button ASAP.
Hit with low burst then from Quetzalcoatl once again, but we're still on that back foot. No special moves unlocked, and Dawn is running away as far as he can, playing outside of Quetzalcoatl's preferred range, just so he cannot unlock any of those special moves. He does not want to be on block stream because you can absolutely unlock those specials on a block stream as well. Counter assault, finds a hit, unlocks DP, and finds another hit. This is huge for Quetzalcoatl. But we need to keep this train going, and Dawn is stopping it right there with that tech. Straight through the US BIOS. At this point, there's not a lot you can do.
Cleaned up there for Dawn. That was really... The burst, I think, was a big part of that round, which is that Quetzalcoatl used it while he had no unlocks, and the doll gauge was really low. So Quetzalcoatl wanted to, like, go, punish Dawn while he didn't have the doll gauge. But because Quetzalcoatl didn't have any special moves, Dawn was very easily able to just like air stall it out. Didn't have to worry about Grand Viper RC, so no low. Like you can kind of just space out. Gosh.
Yeah, he just has this matchup on lock right now. Air throw is starting us off. Dawn will be able to get that knockdown, and now we're just going to be taking turns with the doll here. Quetzalcoatl not blocking the overhead. Immediate spend on the burst once again. Yeah, every single time we spend this burst, we're also locking ourselves out of OD, and that's one of the best ways to be able to unlock all of our special moves, especially against a character like Relius, who can just lock Susano out of the game if he does not have a chance to start that snowball. Counter assault, 60 gets blocked. Yeah, a lot of YOLO 60s from Quetzalcoatl, but Dawn successfully blocking all of these. And kind of like what you said too, is like we're not worried about these Grand Viper RCs. So in a lot of situations, Dawn can kind of just block high, block mid a lot of time, and not really worry about the fact that we're going to be getting jumped.
Yeah. Susan really struggles to close a distance like that before he gets any unlocks. That's like the good run speed, but the fact that he has to accelerate makes it really difficult, especially when Relius has hitboxes out on the screen so often in this matchup.
Okay, but we're going to unlock the sword and tries to spend that sword immediately, but Dawn already playing so aggressive, going to be counter-hitting Quetzalcoatl in the process. 5C, 6B whiffs, lots of 6B whiffs from Quetzalcoatl as well, which is really tough. Yeah, sword going right over it once again. Dawn in Quetzalcoatl's head, knowing what options he's going for and avoiding all of them. Dawn going to be locking him out of the game, I would assume. Knockdown into Duos Bios.
Yeah, very likely here, going for it, just like you said, Salty.
Can we block the sequence? Do we block it all? We block it all! Counter assault, Quetzalcoatl immediately out of jail, but now we don't have any resources on the table, and without these resources, only with that sword unlocked, there's not a lot Quetzalcoatl can do in this position. Doll meter is almost out, but we don't have a way to close this distance effectively.
Yeah, now Overdrive's gonna keep her alive. Duo Bios once again, she will likely die after the super complete, so Quetzalcoatl really has to boss up here. In danger now, so can't even bury her.
Okay, we have burst back though. The spot dodge almost was going to be really scary. But that JB, I forget which button that one is. We'll be hitting that.
Quetzalcoatl really banking on those overheads there. Was super hoping that Dawn would just get opened up, and that would have been Quetzalcoatl like major advantage after the combo there. Would have given him a ton of seals. Great quarter positioning. Man.
Yeah, it feels like that set was Quetzalcoatl with his back up against the wall, and he was like, yeah, I just want to like get something started. So he was going for like a lot of these overheads, trying to, fish out one lucky hit, because if you don't get the snowball rolling, it's a tough matchup to play against. But once you do get that snowball running, then suddenly things are like way more manageable and even favorable for Susano. And yeah, he was really just looking for that lucky hit to actually get that head start, but unfortunately never was able to score that hit.
Well, great game there. Gonna have Quetzalcoatl sent to the losers bracket here. Meanwhile, Dawn gonna be chilling in that winners finals.
Yeah, position very well. Dawn is very well accustomed to, that's for sure. But we'll be seeing who gets to play against him in winners finals, because We'll be seeing Kobe and Darkasinsku stepping up to the plate. I know Kobe in particular here going to be another one of these players to watch out for as CEO comes around, because, you know, his performance at Combo Breaker definitely not, definitely leaves a lot to be desired for him. And I know he's really trying to redeem himself with this upcoming weekend, and trying to prepare as much as possible. And I think that's completely fair. I think Kobe always is like one of those players you see into the tournament and he has the ability to win it, but always come just a little bit short of that finish line.
I think Kobe may just have to stay away from Combo Breaker number 3. I think he's gotten blown up twice.
Dude, it's
just gets disrespected every Combo Breaker. It's tough.
Dude, and then there's Frosty Faustings as well, where, like, for whatever reason, Frosty Faustings top 8 has always eluded the guy. Like, he can get top 8 every single other major easy, but the moment he steps up to Frosty Faustings, like, he's coming, like, 9th place.
My goodness. Well, here we go. Boston Blue Beat Online is up for the taking for Killakobes. I mean, 1 burst limit.
And you
all
can tell
included trip to a beach episode has gotten for Kobe, so maybe he just wins them when they count.
But you can tell Darkasinsku not playing around right now, playing the Jin, and hey, you know, if you're Kobe, you're practicing for this matchup right now. So let's see what Kobe has in his bag to bring to this matchup. And right now, Kobe going to be getting a pretty explosive combo. Unfortunately, won't be able to get all 4 seals unlocked, but with this last combo, should be able to get all those pretty handedly. Gets the poison nail as well, just to increase the damage of this combo. And there it is, 4 seals right there, 7 nails, has the bumper set up, avoids the DP. Darkasinsku spamming the burst to keep Kobe stuck in the corner. 6A attempt. It would have been unblocked, but unfortunately pushed a little too far back by that barrier block.
I mean, that was well played by Kobe. Used the barrier there to push away Darkasinsku. Went for a little too many 2As before breaking out the overhead. Clean.
Yeah, still has some nails in stock as well. Kobe playing a little more reserved than I think he would, right? Like, the way I see Kobe play is like he's tossing out all of his nails immediately.
Yeah, he's just going in. Spending the... Oh my... Look at how fast Darkasinsku got active flow for just throwing out overheads like that. Dude. That was a resource play and a brain buster.
Go back to the whale, the brain destroyer with the 6 A's. Oh my god. Keep in mind, Kobe says he can react to instant overheads.
I feel like Kobe should have never said that just for like reputation.
Dude, I'm gonna get on him for that. Like, if not Congreg, I will get him on him for that. But here we go, OD activation, not gonna spend it on the burst. Are we able to get out? Yeah, spends the super. RC canceled. This shouldn't be the closest.
EA. I don't even think I'll need EA.
No,
wow.
we don't need the EA. I mean, we just do so much damage once we're in that OD state because we have all 4 seals unlocked. But yeah, super RC into mix is really like one of Bang's best options there, because it kind of just immediately puts you into that winning position. You kind of just do whatever you want. It's an open world game the moment Bang pops OD for him.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Anyways, let's not get hit by these 6 A's anymore. I mean, let's be honest though, like,
let's be honest, folks. We all knew 6A was blockable, right?
Yeah.
Let's be real. Let's stop lying to ourselves. Jin 6A is really easy to block.
Yeah, just watch.
I was hoping Darkasinsku would do it there for the punchline. No hope in fighting here.
Dude, it's gonna come. The next 6A is gonna hit.
Oh, he did it!
The comedic timing could not
all
be even better.
reactions.
Oh
Pull up the Milia test results.
And you know what I love too? Darkasinsku is doing it for the love of the game. Like, he does not have mirror to actually convert off of these 6As. He's just doing it just to do it.
Where was Darkasinsku at a combo breaker? Well, the teacher doesn't talk during the test. Oh my god.
Okay. Round going to Darkasinsku. Definitely looking a lot cleaner this go around. Kobe gonna be winning that air trade. 6A attempt once again. Barry pushes him out too far. Counter hit though for Darkasinsku. Looking good. Gets the knockdown in mid screen. OD activation from Kobe.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, we went for it. Yeah.
Keeping the pressure up even through overdrive. Woo! Really good defense there from Darkasinsku.
Okay, we got that DP. Should be able to get the combo off this one. Throw. No burst.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. It's not that scary. Just going for that DP once again. And yeah, no, these DPs have been really clean from Darkasinsku. And it's interesting because that... what I find interesting about that particular choice of using that DP the most is, yes, you can combo afterwards, but also it hits on more angles, which I think is his intention, because he's really just trying to catch Kobe, you know, drooling on his stick, just like flying all across the screen. Like, you know, he's fishing for a lucky hit right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because DDP at 50 meter is kind of dicey, because if you do C, at least you can RC it, and you know, that was like committing, because you're taking yourself down to 25 meter when you do it.
Okay, JA counter hit blocks him out. Uh-oh, big DP whiff.
A lot of recovery on that whiff.
Poison nail, does some extra damage. Lots of combo drops from Kobe, but you know what? These are resets. Darkasinsku is not blocking any of these.
This poison's just doing a million damage in this round.
Okay, Darkasinsku is still alive. Bumper set. Toss out the nails. Darkasinsku is staying locked down the corner. Huge DP conversion. Into the throw. Good tech from Kobe. OD! Oh, that would have been so clean if he was able to get it, but unfortunately will not. Kobe going straight for the command grab super.
Up there, Darkasinsku run into a really unfortunate Kobe mash out there, churning that full seal super on defense.
Ooh, now this is rough. We're going to be put into a difficult position starting off this. What could potentially be the final round of this set. Try to go for a rollout, get smacked, but Darkasinsku is still able to escape. Should be able to set up the freeze. And what's so crazy about the freeze? Oh no, no freeze. DP in your face? Sure, why not?
Whoa, what an answer there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a super long combo just to burn some of the overdrive time.
The way
like
Darkasinsku just catching Kobe when he's in the air all these moves is absolutely insane. Poison nail doing so much damage to the side, no blocks. Blocked that time. DP.
Check the burst, lock it out, Darkasinsku. Oh no.
Oh no!
Yeah, you're so dead.
Not like this.
Yeah, Darkasinsku going to be sent to losers here by Killakobes. A really unfortunate drop there. Darkasinsku was not close enough to finish it off after the overdrive activation. With that, Killakobes versus Don is going to be our winners finals.
Dude. No, I'm defeated. I'm in shambles right now. I'm like,
Frosty
wow,
Salty's finished.
That combo by all means should have killed the drop. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Lock it back in.
Focus
got
up.
another chance. Alright. So you know, Darkasinsku, one more chance down there in losers. Should be dropping to losers quarters. But that should be all of our winner side top 8 matches finished before winners final. So like you said, Kobe versus Dawn, very classic winners final situation. But down here on loser side, things are really going to get spicy. Oni and JustATomato going to be duking out, which I think might be the next set up. But we also have Cam and Tubaza as well to look forward to. So Noel and Arcuna. I think, like, how do you think Noel fares into Arcuna? That's one matchup that I'm looking forward to in particular. I feel like Noelle doesn't do too bad, right?
I think she'll be. I mean, I feel like Arcuna doesn't like meeting with lows that often, so I think it'll be hard for him to get around for. Maybe he could just projectile through it though. I'm kind of interested. I feel like Noelle's at advantage. She has like a serviceable anti-air, and I feel like she can challenge some of his weirder air movement. But yeah, I am not by no means very informed of the Arcune Noelle matchup.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking is because honestly, I don't think Noelle is even that terrible of a character. And I think like one of my harder takes is like the Noah Hozama matchup is kind of like not that bad because like Noah actually has like some pretty solid answers to that character. I mean, like the drive
Can Cam
drive
spectate
normals,
here, or
you
do
know.
we have to kick Cam?
I think we might have to kick Cam.
Which match did it got called?
I don't know.
I think it may be set up that the lobby has only 2 players, or one spectator and 2 players allowed.
Yeah, we only have 3 slots. So while they're getting that figured out, but like I was saying, I don't really think like the Noah Hazama matchup is like really that bad for Noah. I think it's like kind of decent, or at least like pretty even. So I was like interested because I feel like Arcune kind of could be considered in like the same camp. Noelle can play pretty aggressive against Arcune when he doesn't have curse, and that can be said for a lot of different characters, but I think Noelle could do pretty decently against that. And like you said, we're not really meeting with lows too often, so 4D can definitely be a really solid escape option for Noelle. But also like Arcune likes to be in the air quite often, and Noelle has really solid air tears, really solid anti-airs, and I think those are all going to be playing a factor in like shutting down Arcune's game plan very early on.
Yeah, no, I think you got a pretty good read of the situation. I'm excited to see, based on what you said, how it's going to play out in game. We'll check the prediction.
We'll check it in a moment. But before we get to that point, we're going to be playing a much more vanilla matchup here with Oni and JustATomato. Very honest characters with what they set out to do. They have one game plan, and they execute that game plan decently well. We'll see what they have in store. I don't think I've seen JustATomato and Oni play too much against each other, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't really seen these guys play too much, so I'm excited to see how this is going to play out. I mean, there's not really a lot that can be said about this matchup. Ragna does Ragna things, Kagura does Kagura things.
It's definitely gonna feel the pressure of the Kagura damage for sure with that Ragna health. Gonna be really dicey. And I'm kind of intrigued because I know that Oni's kind of traveling back to Tri-State soon. I don't know how much in-person practice he's gotten recently, but I mean has been playing well in the matches we saw so far, but I don't know how much that'll compare to Tomato, who's like huge grinder, the GOAT.
Systematical, yeah. Kagura can 2-touch a lot of the casts, yes, with the right hits, right? You're not getting it off like a 2-way starter, for example, but usually he's like a 3-touch character, and then in the right scenarios he's 2-touch.
He gets some weirdo hits sometimes.
Right.
I feel like he's similar to... I think of Hakumen as being the same way, where it's like each hit does like 1.5k, or it does like 4k, where it's like...
I don't really see the 1.5k example that often.
He can clip you. I mean, there's a lot of situations where like you get far sword car, and you kind of just have to go into...
True, yeah. You're not really getting a lot off of that.
I feel like you'll see a lot of like Tomato doing like 3 or 4 hits and then just going for meaty A flat or A boom.
Yeah, but yeah, realistically, like 3-touch character a lot of times, he really just does that much damage. Like you'll see like the most humble of starters, and then you're just staring at your screen as he just stacks on 5k damage without spending any meter.
Xander's got a good point as well, is that instant overhead, Kaguras will do that without meter to get you standing for the 2B. So that is also a confounding factor. He will sometimes hit you for like 700 damage.
Yeah, but it can still be tough, like trying to get hits as Kagura, because I highlighted it before. Kagura is a character that I feel like is, you know, one of the characters that loses to the system mechanics, which is kind of like a rough lifestyle for this guy. But yeah, like barrier is your best friend, because once you have spaced out Kagura just by a little bit, even he has to make these really big risks to try and continue to open you up, and a lot of times has like end pressure early to try and trying to go for the next read in case he tried to escape.
Yeah, you can really exploit low-level Kaguras with just good use of ODR, but we're getting right into it, folks, with the purple throw, TRM. Here we go.
And this is what we're talking about, right? I think, okay, that's not dead, but that's going to be 3 touch essentially. I mean, look how much damage these 2 hits did, right? With 2 counter hit 5 Cs, that would have been dead for sure. GPRC, Fireball, don't get blocked by Oni. Oni spending that OD though, going for a Hail Mary
expecting
attempt.
a stance move?
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, that felt like a pretty random OD. But at least it was OD, not burst, right?
Yeah, kept at least some of that overdrive.
Oh, we try to jump.
I was able to pick
Yo,
that
yo,
up.
Deadward, he heard you. He heard that you love to fuzzy jump this guy.
I do. I'm a big Kagura fuzzy jumper fan. Tomato will also exploit, because I like to overdrive Kagura a lot. Tomato will do a lot of stance no cancel and huge damage here. Overdrive to lock out that burst, which may come back just in time, except it won't. Perfect there for Tomato.
You know, what was that one? Were we counting the touches? I mean, those 3 games were 3 touches, right? Yeah, so proving the point. Like, does that answer your question, Systematical?
Yeah, about how much Kagura kills people.
You're seeing him murder people in the dead of night right now. Just shooting them in the back of the head. Like,
Oni has not been able to. Yeah, Ragnar's gonna be sleeping with the fishes tonight. Put in the corner, really tough here. Again, Ragnar, one of the lowest health totals in the game.
Give him a little stompy. There it is. Instant overhead. One more gas. Instant over again. RC. Oh, wasn't close enough to actually finish off that combo, but we're still going to smack
Yeah,
with the sword.
yeah, that's what Tomato does to me a lot as well. That no cancel, make you OD, and then you're added that big resource.
JC hit. Dude, JustATomato just going to like clean. Dude, this might be the quickest set I think I've seen JustATomato play.
Yeah, Tomato's like on a steamroller right now.
Dude, Oni, come on. Oh no, not the DP in your face.
I think that's an ace starter, but I think Oni is dead here.
Yeah, I think that's dead too. OD activation, super, yeah, that's enough for sure. And if it isn't, then okay, there it is. I was like, if it isn't, then you know, I'll sign off right now. But
if it isn't, we'll send it to Sajam and bankrupt these poor fools who heard both commentators say it's going to kill and then it didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. But Kagura is weak. Yeah, so he is very lopsided in terms of what he has to offer. That's why people generally regard him as a weak. I don't think he's weak, but he can have some pretty, I guess, one-sided matchups that are not in his favor.
I'd agree that he's like not weak in the context of fighting games, but when you think about how top tier a lot of the BlazBlue top tiers are, I can't agree with you.
It's like how you stack up against all the Central Fiction cast, right? Like Tager, honestly, would be like a busted character in any other game, and actually think he was busted in like one version of version of BlazBlue.
Dog.
But
the Kagura or U12 is like, would you rather have $1 or $2? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'd rather have $2 is just better.
Now here we go. We got Arcune though, which is Would you rather have $0 or $100? Let's see if Tsubasa will be able to get that Benjamin this set, and we'll be seeing how my prediction ends up lining out, and if Tsubasa is really just going to prove me wrong.
Yeah, Arcune does not deal with numbers as small as 1 and 2. Arcune is like those meme images with the social credit where it's like a minus 10,000 plus 3,000 type of stuff. Like, he's gonna get this overhead and that's plus 1,000 social credit for our little blob boy.
What's really interesting I'm seeing from Tsubasa, I think we saw in the previous set as well, is we're seeing a lot of these early burst baits, because the idea is you burst him early so he does not have the ability to get curse like this. Cam, though, getting that burst out of the way, and now Tsubasa is really just cleaning house here as we're just setting up on these bugs. And what I like too, in the decision you see with Arcune and Curse is that he'll oftentimes end his combos early just so he can take advantage of the last bit of Curse to open you up one more time. And then basically once he opens you up that one last time, then you're able to loop that back into Curse because Curse ends, and then he's able to get full Curse for the next combo.
Yeah. You know, not comboing while there's high scaling because mainly you just want to get another Curse mix-up rather than do an extra like 500 damage.
Yeah. And Curse mix-up, the strongest mix-up in the game. Like, no no question about that. It just completely locks you out of the game in a lot of scenarios. And, you know, it's just really hard to block against in general. And as you're seeing it right now, even just playing neutral against this guy is really tough. And even trying to combo him is tough too, because we saw that bug just completely interrupt Cam, even though he was able to get a nice hit there.
Ooh, 4D though. That's been Cam's, you know, guiding light. Has reached it. Good corner positioning as well. The threat.
5C though, huge 5C for Tsubasa. That's going to be instant curse. No burst from Cam to stop this. So Tsubasa will be able to, I think, just clean this one up here. Let's see what Cam has in store. Yeah.
The mash in 4D. Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah, I saw that
sir.
4D come out and I'm like, yeah, you know, 4D is an option, but you can't really do that once curse is active. And Tsubasa now really proved me wrong. Cam, unfortunately, not making it up here.
I'm cursed. 4D, no problem. Yeah, it's sort of you're just putting D on the multiple choice question every time.
Exactly right. We're throwing a dart at the dartboard, except we're pointing the opposite direction. Oh no, the bird's going to get baited, and Tsubasa has been fiending for that in all of these sets, just trying to get that out of the way early, and he finally did. Now Cam is in the struggle bus, no mirror to spend. We have 4D in a dream, tries to backdash, but hey, you're going to get caught regardless. Tsubasa teleports right in. Here's the super, why not? And Tsubasa cleans that one up without having to go into another curse sequence.
Excellent, and keeping that overdrive as well. Tsubasa very well positioned.
Huge JD though.
Ooh, the pride cometh before the fall, perhaps, Tsubasa. A really good situation, but it's only a few hits away from it being tied up in Cam's favor. Has to burst out. Cam, excited to see that.
This is cursed.
9 out of 10 here is so tough. Please, I just wish I had burst.
Oh yeah, don't burst against cursed Arcune, please, for the love of God. Especially when you have this much health remaining, there's so much Tsubasa can do to bait that out, and that he did. Cam.
Whiffs.
Are we dead here? No, okay,
I mean, not right now, but Cam is super duper dead. Yeah, just gets eaten alive by the beasts of the creatures. With that, Tsubasa eliminating Cam.
Another many bursts being baited by the Arcune. Just a regular run the mill. Yeah, I don't feel sad for this guy anymore. Get Tsubasa out of here, man. Yo, Darkasinsku, right? Yeah, Darkasinsku. Can we eliminate this Arcune from the bracket, please? Like, this guy committing war crimes casually.
Wait, Darkasinsku versus Tsubasa is gonna be fun.
Throwing mustard gas into the trenches. What do you do in this situation? My friend, I don't know. Do you like that answer? I do not know what you do in that situation.
You block really good.
You turn off
Multiple times.
blazblue and you go find it yourself a religion. That's what you gotta do.
Pick a god and pray.
Character.
Yeah, literally, if you don't get cursed and your immediate first thought is I'm gonna block this whack ass mix up, you're not gonna make it.
You know what's
It,
crazy?
it won't come together. You'll
Yeah.
get.
You
You
have
need
to,
the
like-
confidence. You can't be. Arcune players
Right.
can smell fear, even through net play. They have a sense for that.
The wheel of fate is
Okay, winners, losers of quarters. JustATomato versus Quetzalgoatl. We saw this at Frosty's, and it's going to be a lose side once again. Now, I
This
think
being for 5th feels too early.
it really does. 6B starter. Now, Quetzalgoatl usually takes it over JustATomato, I feel. And we're seeing it right now. Quetzalgoatl with a nice lead, has DP unlocked, has level 2 tackle as well. You're just kicking up that dust in JustATomato's face. Get out of my way. DPRC, Quetzalgoatl, 6D hit.
He's a charged player. He can't block overhead. That's so mean, Quetzalcoatl.
60 again? No, okay. We're playing this one patient, baiting out a potential flash kick, and we saw that backdash once again. We're really respecting this flash kick right now. JustATomato not biting just yet. Flash kick there, going to get blocked though. Quetzalcoatl landing a little too early.
It was definitely winnable for Tomato, but I do like, if nothing else, Tomato was able to get that burst out of Quetzalcoatl.
Oh! In response to DP, that was one of the hardest call-outs that I've seen.
Active flow for
JustATomato go
additional
for.
damage. Maybe it's enough.
I don't think it is. No, we don't have super. If that was OD super, yes, absolutely. But not with
Oh,
just
no!
regular EA.
What?
Oh, that's...
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
He's
Oh
like, yeah,
my
I'm gonna just DP again. He won't expect it the second time.
It's kind of that could not have ended because now Tomato's down on overdrive.
Dude. That was like the most ironic way to end that round. JustATomato though, definitely looking, you know, a lot better in this round. Now we have a lot more health to work with. Okay. Respecting the OT here. 5A connection, no combo. 60 unlock on the God Press.
Oh, we may see that soon.
Dude,
Be a
remember.
little tricky with it. Oh yeah, there we go.
I was about to say, you gotta be careful with your God Press attempts, man. You only get one God Press per set.
I had a little tingling on my back.
Dude, I've watched this guy enough to know if he unlocks God Press, it is 100% intentional, and he's 100% going to go for God Press in the next 10 seconds.
He be pressing God press. Tomato hitting chat with the oh.
Tomato's a,
Maybe-
yeah, Kagura's a charge character, man. He has to be staying grounded.
No fuzzy jumping allowed.
Oh, that's a huge whiff. You gotta burst that one. You don't want to take that damage, and you don't want to like Quetzalcoatl get these seals unlocked. We have DP, we have spin. Looking for the Grand Viper right now.
Okay, quick OD there, expected an early cancel there from JustATomato, but because it was just staggers, Quetzalcoatl was not going to get much off of that overdrive.
Okay, spin RC, overhead, 60. Be able to close that one out now.
Clean stuff here for Quetzalcoatl.
One more round to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, with 5A, 2C, sure, why not?
And that's a huge starter as well. Early God Press, or sorry, early Grand Viper unlock. Now it's Tomato in the corner, but able to Houdini his way out, only to get stuffed by the DP.
2C, here we go, unlock. Ooh, what really good spacing from Quetzalcoatl there with the 5C. 3C into orbs, keeping it safe. Oh my god, that connected. Going for these 5A checks, flash kick, anti-air.
Very patient flash kick there from Tomato.
There it is. Wow. Reversal once again. Going straight to the Grand Viper. That could have been a very risky 5D. Try to go into the super. torpedo counter. That was massive for JustATomato. Now Quetzalgoatl does not have burst on the table any longer. Quetzalgoatl still on set point. One more round to go and can easily clean out with one more hit, but so can JustATomato to stay alive in this set, and that he will if he can finish this combo. Don't not drop this. We have the kill. We have a 100-meter. We have a full stick of burn to burn, and it looks like we will spend an RC super going for the optimal route, I want to say, and close that one out.
That was so well played by Tomato. Got so many key B-faffs there. You know, flash kicks the Grand Viper. Got the burst as well. Like, Tomato just outplayed Quetzalcoatl so much that round.
Blocked. Alright, I like the tip. We're taking a turn back. Yeah, we're just going for a lot of these really cheeky skill unlocks, right? You know, we're not even opening up JustATomato. We're just making them block these overheads and then just unlocking, you know, Grand Viper, unlocking spin, unlocking DP without even scoring a really major hit.
Wow!
Going right over the 2C. That was so smart from Quetzalcoatl. We should be able to close this one out because we're going to be converting off of that with meter OD to lock him out of any potential opportunity to escape. And Quetzalcoatl finishes this set with a solid 2-0 over JustATomato.
That was crazy. The Sonic Spin foot property invul meant it was immune to 2C. So crazy there. Great ending choice there by Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, absolutely. And in that set, we saw a lot of what Quetzalcoatl really wanted to get from Dawn. You know, in that winners semis match, where we're seeing like Quetzalcoatl go for a lot of these 60s, right? You know, we're fishing out for the overhead, we're fishing out for those big hits, but also we're just trying to start these skill unlocks, but we weren't able to get it in that circumstance. But in this set in particular, we were able to see that a lot more often, like the idea behind what he was going for.
Oh yeah, the vision was definitely there. We've got a very exciting match coming up.
Tomato, it's really not that crazy to block 60. I'm gonna keep it a $150 with you. But still though, good job blocking 8 of them. Yeah,
that's the charge player mentality. Good stuff.
We're blocking. We're not gonna get hit by these Susano 60s, right? You know, Jin 6A, sure, yeah, you can get hit by that, but Susano 60, it's good that we're blocking those. Anyway, speaking of Jin, Darkasinsku sent down 2 losers, and now we'll be duking out here against Tubazo on the Aracune.
Here we go. Darkasinsku, deep run. Last time I saw him on Boston Blue Beat. Tubazo's been looking so solid tonight.
Oh, there it is. Tubazo trying to mash out. Good blocks from Darkasinsku so far. Saw counter hit as well. And then that combo early. Okay. Blocking the 6A. Darkasinsku going to the other side. Yeah, Jin can be pretty annoying with his air buttons, especially because of the way he can cross you up with a lot of them. Snowflake set up. Tubazo just scared of the wall, gets smacked by the 6A. Doesn't have meter to actually convert off it though, but should be able to use it if he doesn't spend meter here. But will definitely spend meter to try and get this kill. No, still not enough.
The air stall. Oh ho! Punishing the fireball. Tubazo is in it like.
Yo, we blocking this? We blocking this?
See, this is what people are talking about in chat. This is how you. Oh my! And still in curse lockout. That's so unfortunate for Tubazo.
And there it is once again. From the top ropes. It's literally just Agito if it was a normal move. Like, sure, let's just give him Agito to use normally. Alright. Burst immediately spent from Darkasinsku. Once again, you know, does not want to mess with early curse.
Yep. Always good to burst early and burst often against Arcune. Curse is really the problem part of any matchup that Arcune is in.
Air throw. Wow, that actually scooped.
Yeah. Tabazo got kind of teleported on that air grab.
Like, did he teleport himself into there? Like, what even happened? Overhead. Tabazo does not block it. Yeah, honestly, the fact that we were blocking that entire bug sequence was pretty good stuff from Darkseid. I like the patience. Only thing is about the bugs is, like, we weren't really doing too much with that curse right there. Like, we were able to block it all, yes, but at the same time, Tabazo was literally just going for very telegraphed cross-ups.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel
But yeah, there is a bug that does guard crush, so you can't be too patient. But yeah, Darkasinsku just really knowing this matchup, it feels 6A, 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 block them!
Yeah, Darkasinsku again getting active flow really early because of all those 6As.
Oh my god. I love Jin players, man.
Holy hero burst.
Dude, holy
And he taunted? Oh my.
We're here on a mission right now. We got our friends rooting us on to give us power.
All right, Tabazo, I need you to boss up so more than you ever have in your entire life.
Dude, if you make this comeback, I'm gonna eat my mic. Darkasinsku heard me. Round 2. Instant invisibility.
I did delayed reaction speed to that hero burst because I was like worried that I missed that Tabazo was like about to lose the game. I looked at the screen and was like, oh my, that is the most hero burst of all time.
Yeah, it really just catches you off guard. You're like, wow, I did not expect him to do that. Like, out of all the options he could have done.
No, don't hero burst into get taunted into perfect. Oh no, Tabazo!
Oh my god. Are we getting burst back? No, we're not. I mean, we're gonna spend OD, right? No? Okay.
One more hit. Oh my gosh! Wow! Darkasinsku destroying Tabazo here and eliminating him from the tournament.
Can we get like a whiteboard set up here for the Boston Blue Beat stream? Can we get like a little tally marker going on with these 6As?
Just gonna like draw an X through Tabazo's head like 5 times.
You know, and for everyone that like hits in a row, we like add an extra one. Because like, dude, that was what, 4 6As in a row? That was definitely a sequence for sure.
That was optimal. The active flow grinder.
True.
It also, you get full combo if you counter hit. Yeah, so was also discouraging any mash there. It's
basically the same situation as like Hazama 6B or 6B, right? Yeah. Or 6A. Why am I mixing his overhead up now? Anyways, it's just like Hazama's overhead, where it's very fast to make up for the fact that you can't combo off of it mirrorlessly. But at the same time, you can kind of just like toss it out, hope they don't block it, maybe get some active flow. And if you have meter, then you can convert off it. And of course, if you get that counter, you can combo off of that as well. Yeah. It just requires a bit of like, you know, paying attention to what specific hit you're landing with it.
Yeah. And also, if you get OD'd through Jin 6A, you're going to take a bunch of damage. Yep. That's kind of like the risk when you're doing it in pressure like that against an opponent who has overdrive.
Yo, Kobe pulling out his Jin? You know, the last time I seen... Wait, hold on. Okay, we're playing Dawn Kobe. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, winners, finals... Both of them play Jin. I've never seen Dawn play Jin, actually. I've seen Kobe play Jin, but I think the last time he played Jin... or at least the last time I watched him play Jin, he got sent down to losers, and after losers, he was like immediately folded. He's like, no more Jin.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if there's a moment where he gives up here.
But so far, Dawn definitely looking pretty darn solid with his Jin. I've never seen.
Oh my god, jeez.
6A.
Is this what we're doing here, folks? Is this what
I guess we are, y'all. Dude, hyping us up for Fenrich as CEO, man.
Everybody's
in order to know your enemy, you have to be in your enemy's shoes.
I feel like I'm in like the SpongeBob meme where it's like, he's Fenrich, you're Fenrich. Are there any other Fenriches I'm supposed to know about? Everyone's a Jin player now.
You got like the rope tied around the head to make him look like. That
extra.
Yeah, these are posers. These aren't Jin players. Get them out. Get them out of the lobby.
Hashtag fake Jin player.
Pressure, there's a throw. And one of the big things about the ice restand that is very notable is the fact that you still get the combo afterwards, but you don't really get any links afterwards.
How did that 5C whiff? Run that back.
Huh?
Chris, give me the play. Somebody click that. That was like, that sword was inside of Jin's body.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But Dawn has God on his side here.
Yeah, Don did a little. Don kind of maybe hacked into the code or something. That was crazy.
Oh, we don't see any though. We're not clean like that. Confirm. Ice restand.
Ooh. Big starter here. Shouldn't be lethal off of this.
No, definitely not. But this surely will. The burst fake. Kobe getting his soul stolen.
That is such a tough situation where you know that it's a jump cancelable normal. So Jin can totally bait your burst like that, but you gotta think like, what if the OD cancel comes here? Like, what if I can't burst the rest of the combo? So you kind of do have to do it.
Hold on, I'm watching that. I watched the instant replay on the 5C that was sent in chat. Dude, how did that not hit? Anyway.
Thank you for clipping that, by the way. Terrible Balkan name.
Back to our regularly scheduled program. Kobe getting comboed. What's new? Ice car RC. Dawn opened up. Okay, ice. Restand. No.
Oh, no. Just going for the ender. Clean anti-air. Should be more than enough for... Okay. Clean.
Yeah, I feel you. You instantly taking your words, like sucking them back into your mouth. Like, yeah, no. That, you know, we don't play Jin like that.
Trying to reabsorb those words. Okay, getting that ODR's got to feel good for Dawn. Oh, and gets the hit as well, so that resource did nothing for Kobe.
Absolutely not, and Dawn has plenty of resources at his disposal, though DP from Kobe will get him out of the corner. But immediately back into the corner, he finds himself OD Super. No, okay. 6A RC gets blocked by Kobe. We're going to block these now for sure. Cannot let us.
Reaction City here with Killakobes.
Super EA under? Question mark? I actually don't.
Active flow. It would have been close, I think, if Kobe was able to get it. But a mash. Oh, baits the burst. I don't.
Projectiles. Spider whips. IB. Snowflake. Dawn blocking all this out. We still have burst. We still have OD. We still have meter. But we're not going to even spend it because we're going to find a nice air hit. Unfortunately, not able to finish the combo within that hit. But we're able to go for that run of flow instead.
Big read there by Dawn by not bursting. That's a pretty hard call out when you were risking losing the game by not bursting there.
Throw counter. Definitely looking a lot more in Kobe's favor here as that health bar is bright blue, looking like Kool-Aid. JA counter hit. Here we go. Here's the combo.
Oh,
What?
with DP
Excuse
input.
me?
With DP
Yeah.
input. Oh, no. Killakobe will be getting burst back. Don generating meter and burst at this life total, but can't quite punish the DDP.
Yeah, Don had the right idea, but I think overcorrected a little too much there. Okay.
Back and forth and back and
One
forth
one.
between these two quote unquote Jin players.
Jin mains now. When we seeing the Jin as CEO.
You know, the mirror. Fenrich is gonna be washed.
Alright, now start JC. To the corner we go. Oh no, never mind. We don't play Jin like that. I'm gonna say that every single time they drop a combo. 6A goes blocked. Okay, we're not getting hit by these 6As now. I like that. I like what I'm seeing.
Oh, jump the throw. What a stare down, but that jumping from Don will qualify. Getting a nice chunk of damage, can go for the restand, going for the normal ender instead.
2A, Kobe's match wins there. Freeze, going for the snowflake set. Yeah, and that just locks Don down. Kobe able to chase him out, but chase him out is what he did, and now Don is back in midstream, but Kobe gets a solid confirm right there. The 6A gets chicken block, straight to RC, and just chase him up. Really good stuff.
Yeah. 5B so good for air unblockabling for Jin. 2A anti-air there from Kobe. That looks very intentional, which I'm impressed by.
Okay. Lost the snowflake.
Put the penalty around.
To the corner we go.
Again!
Yeah,
we anti-air.
Okay. DP, RC. Game. Kobe
4
up.
dash momentum DP or DDP is psycho behavior. I love that.
Alright, we're still keeping this train going. Actually, I'm surprised that Kobe has 3,900 matches with Jin.
That's a grinder.
Yeah, I am shocked.
This is a genuine blazblue player.
Or maybe those 3,000 games he has up on Dawn is definitely playing a factor in the fact that he's up 2-1 here over Dawn. One more game to go.
Again, the 2A anti. I'm impressed by it every time. I feel like it's got to mess with the Bang muscle memory as well, right? Because Bang does not anti-air with 2A.
That's true, but you know we've been playing this set for quite a while at this point.
Yeah, but Kobe's a good fighting
sure
game player, so he doesn't get messed up by stuff like that.
Yeah. Woo! He's a good fighting game player. He's not trying to go for 2D every single time for the anti-air.
Yeah. He's not trying to anti-air with his dust buttons. We're good.
Yeah, exactly. 6A gets blocked. Dang, we're blocking 6As all around here.
No one's overdrived it yet, which is where the real money is.
Yeah, that's true, but there's definitely a huge risk tied to that. Okay, we're not blocking that one. We blocked the second one though.
Alright, Don needs to hit away here. Really good advantage. Oh! Can it be enough? Don thinks so. Bursting out.
Run up DPRC 6A. I aspire to be this man.
Oh no, Don wasn't able to do it! The Jin inexperience.
Tech again. Oh, anti-air.
Don messed up the super RC dash forward 6D. I believe. Or no, wait.
Backing up. Real whiff. But still at perfect position to get another anti-air on Dawn. To A, DP. To the other side. DDP gets blocked. There's the punish. Burst bend from Kobe, keeping Dawn locked in the corner. To the other side in the blind spot of the anti-air. And that's going to be a solid combo for Kobe, ending it early to go into a 6A.
Insane. I feel like Kobe's going to win on just the mental damage of that alone.
I think so too. But Don still has his head in the game, has active flow available at 50 meter on the table now, and also has access to OD. But that air throw will lock him out entirely, and good reading from Kobe to go straight into that super.
I should have gotten loud for that one. That was a really good call out there by Kobe. You know, saw that Don was taking a passive angle on the restand really frequently. And then also the follow through there was great from Kobe as well. You saw the instant cancel into the super, so the throw was unburstable and the super was unburstable as well. Super clean. Killed the Killakobes Jin. Looking nice.
Yeah, maybe we'll see more of this Jin in offlines. Maybe. That would be pretty exciting, I would say. But I think Kobe first needs to lock in to get a first place finish at an offline first with Bang. Like that should be his goal right now. I think he has it in him. He has it in him.
Let's go, Kobe.
Okay, now yeah, that was winners finals. Kobe moving to grands. I wonder if we're gonna stay Jin though, right? Because are we going? Is Dawn going to fold and swap back to Relius? Is that?
I think it's gonna be like a how do you say it? It's gonna be like a mutually assured destruction. Whoever switches off their main first is gonna start us back to playing our mains.
Yeah. But Quetzalgoatl not playing around. Probably doesn't even have a Jin pocket, so can't keep up the bit. But we'll be showing up with the Susanna as always. Darkasinsku coming in. Have they played already? I don't think so. No, they haven't played yet. So first set between these two of the night. Ooh, mistimed anti-air. Too early on that one. And now Quetzalgoatl looking pretty set to start us off. Guard Crush as well, looking even better. Grand Viper unlock. Spin to end it. Level 2 spin. There's a throw. I think that's just wrapped for this round.
Delaying it quite a bit. I mean, even if you don't kill here, you have such a big life advantage.
Yeah, the resource pool is way too wide. We're going to spend the OD regardless, and honestly, as Darkasinsku, I think you're fine with that.
I think Quetzalgoatl is honestly fine with not killing there as well, because at least gets some of the burst regeneration now.
Yeah.
Able to stay in the game. Okay, well, maybe you do die. That would not be good.
Now Darkasinsku sees a line, though. Spends the OD now. Much more confident in trying to score this win. Still have to be careful of the DP, though. That's going to continue to be that omnipresent threat. Blocks the 6A. Unfortunately, not going to back that up with meter. And Quetzalcoatl going to finish that one off with a nice smash.
Man. Yeah. If you haven't been robbed by Jin OD before, you're not a real BlazBlue player. the just like 4.5k into the restand that kills you. I feel like that's the Jin overdrive experience when he has like 8 seconds on it.
DP. Counter hit too. Quetzalcoatl not going to tech there, so going to get hit by the blue beast. Snowflake set up. OD activation. We should be running through this timer, and that we will. No barrier for Quetzalcoatl, so going to get guard crush. Darkasinsku opening him up. Tries to go for a reset overhead.
Yeah, that was a really unfortunate overdrive because it was into the snowflake, so EA doesn't do anything, and you also, can't do anything to stop Jin from just running down that timer. But in the meanwhile, while I was explaining that nerdy interaction, Quetzalcoatl will win the first game.
How does DP interact with Snowflake, though?
I think they projectile clash once, and then Susan dies. That would be
That's
my,
right, 'cause Snowflake
that'd
has
be my
multiple
guess.
That would make sense. I think that checks out.
Rebel 1.
I'm just interested because they are both projectiles, so I'm like kind of interested to see how that interaction works.
I mean, it's really tough. Like, you can't even super there because Jin's just gonna be down backing while the Snowflake keeps you locked in.
Kinda
Oh,
just
counter
wait
hit
out
tackle.
now. Okay, God Press coming out, very cheeky. Like I said, we unlock God Press, and Quetzalcoatl wants to use that thing immediately.
New toy syndrome.
Up we go, down we go. Got Grand Viper, got spin, DPRC in response to the OD. I like that, but unfortunately, we'll be getting us.
Yeah, like I said, if you've never been robbed by OD Jin before, you're not a BlazBlue player. Why did that do 4.3k?
Why did that do 7.3k? Snowflakes, that's the wall.
I hope Quetzalcoatl was trying to overdrive there. Actually, I hope that Quetzalcoatl wasn't trying to overdrive there, because if I was trying to overdrive there and I got burst, I would be pissed. That was a free round for me. I just input overdrive a few frames too late.
Okay, blocking this out, spinning the barrier. 2C coming through, but unfortunately it was not active enough. That's a good thing. Let's make sure 2C is not that active. Darkasinsku just having this game in the palm of his hand. 6A going blocked. Wait, and there's the 2A counter hit.
Yeah, stop sign 2A. Catching Quetzalcoatl being a little too ambitious after that.
Sure, why not? Super spend as an anti-air, I suppose.
Yeah, that was honest.
Honestly, I respect that. Like, if you go for a super like that, just to read their anti-air, to read their button, no, I think you deserve that one.
Yeah, I mean, it does a lot of damage. It's the hard part about that.
The wheel of fate is turning.
How plus is that if you block it?
Which one?
The air super.
I don't think it is plus, is it?
I don't think so either. Like, I'm looking at the dust loop right now.
I feel like that's gotta be plus. Oh, we got God Press. It's probably gonna come, or not. Maybe that's the bait, right? We're making him look
You
out for
think
the
it's
God
minus?
Press, and we just go for the 60 instead.
Oh, getting shot!
See, I like that. He pushed out that barrier though. Okay, knock down to the side. Tech attempt.
Oh,
There it is.
restand in the overhead. So smart there from Darkasinsku.
OD, that should be the lockout. EA should be played.
Yeah, minimum damage turned up by that active flow with the Exceed Excel.
Rebel 2. Action.
Nice.
Now we're both 1-1, so this is set point for Darkasinsku. Throw though, that's going to be getting Quetzalcoatl started. All right, hot dog, taco, hamburger. We got Grand Viper, we got DP, and we got spin.
The 4 essential food groups. Dude, if you want to be a big boy like Susanoo.
Freeze, other side. That was a really sneaky run under, but good blocks from Quetzalcoatl. Unfortunately, not going to block that overhead, as Darkasinsku is going to be getting a nice confirm there with the freeze. 6A restand. So okay, so the 6A restands are what's hitting Quetzalcoatl, but not the not just the regular 6A. Gotcha.
In neutral, Kez is ready for it.
Ooh, yeah, going for another anti-air. Unfortunately, not going to connect. Oh, but that is a
Huge.
free punish.
Oh, 3 seconds is a lot. I think he's got it with the... Oh, no, try to go for it one more time. You're dead. EA through 6A, goodbye. It's been nice playing with you, Darkasinsku, but Quetzalcoatl is taking your balls and going home. And here
Was
we go,
that
final
even
round.
The highest damage combo we could have gone for?
Action.
I feel like we could have done so much more with the different starter. but maybe I'm wrong. 5B, 6A gets blocked. But hey, you know, Quetzalcoatl answering your request.
Yeah, the kill
OG
one off
through
of
6A.
I
Yeah,
think we'll
exactly.
see. Well, I think we'll see it again tonight. But it's
6A.
nice to see it so early.
6B got the block. No follow up from Quetzalcoatl.
Ooh, Snowflake pushing him into the Snowflake. That was really heads up from Darkasinsku. What a player.
Ooh, I like that ring here. Really solid ring for Quetzalcoatl. We also have Orb unlocked. I don't think Orb is really going to be doing too much in this in this match in particular. Run up 6A. No need to back that one up. That we are in active flow now.
Ooh, air dash in.
Blocked on all these. Ball. Instant OD and no burst for Quetzalcoatl. That should be the lockout for the game. No! Snowflake not able to keep that combo going there. 2C attempt, but Darkasinsku way too far away, but Darkasinsku is still far away.
What a
Get that punish. Early anti-air. This is a massive for Quetzalcoatl. We have 100 meter on the table, but when we have a lava start to unlock, we need the sword. We need the sword. No.
Oh! Darkasinsku in the clutch. In the clutch with it all on the line. DPRC ready to go.
Okay, what I'm trying to wonder is, would the special super, you know the one I'm talking about, would that have been able to kill with all those special moves unlocked? I feel like it should have, like it would have.
I think it was a little bit. I think it was too paraded at that point.
Yeah, but
also no overdrive adding additional damage to the distortion. But I mean, yeah, definitely. I would have loved to see Quetzalcoatl go for it just to know for sure. But
yeah,
I'm leaning with Quetz here. I think that would have not been enough.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have been either, and that's also why I was like, I saw the combo and I was like, I think it would have killed if we had sword. Because sword is what increases the damage of that super the most. Because you get like that big ender right there. But unfortunately, yeah, we're not able to see it. Maybe we can test that out later if someone really wants to figure that one out. But good stuff from Quetzalcoatl making it this far in the bracket. As always, still another week to continue to prepare for CEO, as well as all of the others, other weeklies we have for CF. I know Raven Online's on Thursdays, and there's plenty of other online tournaments until then. But right now, we are in top 3 here for Boston and Blue Beat here in
Jin's
June.
only.
And
the Jin only podium.
Yeah, exactly. Are we going to be sticking to the Jin, sticking to this character for the bit, or are we going to go back to our mains? Will Dawn Foles is the question.
Will Dawn give up?
Like, come on, we're fighting for $3.
Maybe Dawn only plays Jin against Kobe.
We're fighting for $3 in the match arena. Surely you can go Jin. Speaking of the match arena, go ahead and get those codes claimed. As always, we still have 36 codes left to claim, $3.50 in the prize pool. So do that if you can. Yeah. Now, Jin mirrors, man. I need to like study up on Jin a little bit.
This
more,
is honest BlazBlue. Jin mirrors.
I wouldn't say that much.
Look, they both have jump cancelable 2A on block. They both have restands. They both have 19 frame overhead.
It's as honest as like if you were to call an Arcune mirror honest. Like, sure, they have the same tools. Sure, they're doing the same thing. But you know, this character far from honest. Far from honest. He has plenty of nasty stuff. Jin is honest,
I'm expanding my Jin brain right now.
Here we go. So Jin is honest, though, you say. This is my question. Do you think Jin is good? Or do you think Jin is decent? If you are a decent character in a fighting game, you're not honest. And even if you're bad, I don't think you're honest either. I think every character has some pretty nasty stuff. He sucks. Nah, I don't know. I do not agree with that. No, Don. No, Don. Come on. No, I'm just kidding. Play the Relius if you want to. I'm sure you're looking for some more practice before CEO said. And we can definitely see the. I'd honestly like. I would like to see these two players playing at their peak potential. As we have Darkasinsku staying on the Jin and Dawn going back to the Relius.
You really only played Celica the one time.
Yeah, playing it early in the bracket, but now
Just so we remember it's there.
Just so I know it exists, right? I didn't know you had a Celica in the first place. Great starter, locking down Darkasinsku so Dawn can approach. Uh-oh, big whiff. Never mind.
Has to kind of let the unsummon rock here, but Dawn finding the hit, so is gonna get a knockdown with full doll gauge here. Awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty common setup you're going to be seeing from Relius, is that jump, delay, doll hit, to kind of like bait out any anti-air attempts.
Oh, good counter hit confirmed there. Darkasinsku getting a grip of damage off of that, and I like how the 2A is blocked and immediately both players take to the air.
5A, nice. Shutting down that doll.
Restand?
Restand? Okay, we're respecting the wake-up option.
Pressure here, crush trigger connects.
Not enough. Snowflake set up. Here we go. One more mix. Simple 2C.
Rebel 3.
Even up in the round count here in game number 1. Throw counter. Okay. And that was like a super jump throw counter too, I think, right? So
Yeah.
we were like, we were really banking on that.
They were really up there to get that air throw.
Definitely is paying dividends for Dawn as he is fully set up here. I like the usage of the OD, and now here we go. Doll is back, killing just enough time for that gauge to fully recover. DP though from Darkasinsku will score him a way out. Respects that as a super, but can't punish it. And Dawn
sitting on this
still
life lead.
alive, back and all the way up, playing as patient as possible. Doesn't need to overextend, but Darkasinsku is definitely overextending as he's trying to get something started here against Dawn before that burst comes back. 9 pips remaining, 1 more pip to go. Burst should be back on the table any moment now, and Darkasinsku has to have that in mind when he pressures in on offense. OD pop. Darkasinsku has OD in response, but doesn't spend it, and now will be locked out of it for the rest of that round. Dawn will be the one just breaking parity to bring us to game number 2 here.
Very, very clean there. Yeah, that overdrive lockout, really tough there. Dawn got the resource, like you were saying, was 9 out of 10, and then just got that regen, cleaned it up, standing overhead into the confirm was really nice.
Rebel 1. Action.
Yeah, it can be so deadly when that OD becomes a factor the moment you're at low health, because it's like, yeah, at any point he can find a hit and instantly checkmate you. Okay. Oh, good rooting. Side swap. Darkasinsku immediately in the corner, gets open up here. 50 meter? No, no 50 meter. Instead, we're going to continue pressing here with the doll. Goes for the unsummon. Spot dodge doesn't get too much out of that though.
Huge jump in.
Freeze reset. Interesting. Yeah, freeze can be like really pesky to play defense with, because it kind of like it draws a fine line between the combo and the pressure sequence. Where like you're still getting comboed at the end of it, but at a certain point it's going to drop, but you're still standing, so like you're instantly susceptible to that next hit, so like you don't have an opportunity to roll or tech or whatever.
Yeah, the restand can be really brutal. It's been kind of funny though. I feel like you've seen the Jin players tonight be very respectful of the ice restand because they know people can do some crazy things when they know they're getting restood. So definitely are trying to stay away from the scramble, which I think is kind of funny. How often they're like, yeah, I'd rather go for the normal knockdown, you know, better the devil than I know.
Can't kill with this combo and won't be able to build 50 meter either, even with active flow. So Duos Bios is not a factor here in the corner. Darkasinsku weaseling his way out and going to be getting a solid combo of his own to cash out here. OD instantly locking Dawn out of this round to take this game and even us up.
Lightning quick overdrive there from Darkasinsku. So you gotta imagine that he was thinking about that after the the counter assault bait, where he was like, okay, I'm gonna block this, get the counter hit, and then immediately overdrive. Make sure that Dawn is not able to burst.
Yeah, but the Darkasinsku looking so clean this tournament. I mean, I think this is the most locked in I've seen this guy play.
Darkasinsku is always a treat, I feel like.
Okay, knockdown. I like usage of the projectile to try and keep him locked down in there. Though Dawn's going to be setting out that doll, interrupting him here neutral. Low conversion. There we go. Nice. Off that counter hit. Restand 6 ARC. Oh, tries to bait out that verse. Dawn not going to give it to him.
Still got a nice bit of damage there, though, and Darkasinsku still has a pretty big life lead. And again, another counter hit 3C there.
Round 2. Darkasinsku could potentially go a game up over Dawn.
See, Dawn trying to keep it close here. Really good Oki in the corner. Running low on doll gauge, but finds the hit. Gonna overdrive to make sure that she is staying alive and regenerating here. A little R&R.
Yeah, gets that doll gauge back. Doll going to be eating the full hit of that DP, and Relly is staying safe from afar. Spends the Duos Bios to try and Oh my god, man.
He's him.
He's him, right?
That was insane.
Wait, could you... I wonder, could you actually DP straight through that entire thing? I'm actually curious now.
I mean, I guess... Relius was... I mean, you saw Dawn going for, like, the cross-up to make the input, like, impossible, I think.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna want to deal with that.
Yeah, counter super wouldn't work because Dawn would still be able to move, so he could just jump over the follow-up. That would be really cool to see. Wait, I wonder with the counter hit if you could do... if you could do CDP, hit Relius, or yeah, 3C, hit Relius, cancel into CDP, trade with dual buy. Oh, we're about to...
Oh my god, he's tried it again. Or maybe he didn't and just tried to DP through. Either way, Dawn finishing that one up here. Duos Bios really just that good of a super, man. I mean, really just like, nothing beats that super. So
yeah.
You kind of have to do what you gotta do.
It's kind of bulletproof.
Yeah, but Dawn right now is actually playing pretty smart with the Duos Bios though, because like sometimes you'll see Dawn just like use Duos Bios in neutral, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't work. It's kind of just like throwing away 50 meter. But when you have him locked down in the corner, it becomes a lot more potent of an option. Ooh, okay, we're pressing something.
Scramble out. Ooh. Did let Dawn get active flow off of that throw though. What a stare down between those two.
Nice kill on the doll. Doll gauge still there though, and should be able to get all that full doll gauge back as well. So Don can keep on swinging with the wife.
Yeah, Darkasinsku has been really aggressive there, but I feel like Don was kind of baiting the hook there. Knew that it was one hit away and could definitely qualify it with that low.
Yeah, I like that, the usage of the 2-2 spike right there. You don't see it terribly often, but I like that as like a call out option. Like, hey, you're going to call out my doll, and I'm going to call out you. So really clean stuff to Don, and he could potentially take it with this game here. I mean, he has the resource advantage, he has a health advantage, he has a positional advantage, and Darkasinsku does not have burst just yet, so he's going to take all of this damage. Darkasinsku in critical red health. If the Pokemon music is beeping, then like if the Pokemon music would be beeping, it is right now. Darkasinsku holding on by the skin of his teeth, trying to make something happen. But hey, you're Jin. Hey, you have that OD. You can absolutely steal this game away if you can find a good hit against Don right now. But Don is playing defense so well. Dolly's dead. Oh, but the burst spin, and now it's going to be way harder to actually climb this hill. Darkasinsku going to spend this DDP, not going to get punished for his troubles, but in an attempt to kill a dog, gets hit by the spike.
Yeah, with that will be 3-1 for Don. Now going on to face Killakobes once again, and we'll see if we're back to the Jin world or if the Relius is here to stay.
Nah, I think the Relius is here to stay. I don't think Don is I don't think Don's the type of guy who's going to swap to Relius and then swap back to the Jin. Like if he's Relius for the rest of the night. And I think Kobe is like, yeah, you know what? I'm in grand finals, winner side. Might as well close this one out with a single set here with the bang. But who knows? We will see. It would be a nice surprise, but at the same time, honestly, I just want to see Kobe play, man. Like this guy, you know, that combo breaker performance left a little bit to be desired. I want to see this guy play because he's really fun to watch.
Yeah. And don't forget, folks, you can also watch and or attend Boston Blue Beach episode. Registration is normal registration is closing in just a few days, so hop on that. That is June 7th for registration closing down. Hop on there. We got so many great games you see right now. startgg.beach for registration, and we also have the hotel link, hotelreg.com/BostonBlueBeat.
And don't forget, Boston Blue Beat is an Arc World Tour qualifier for Guilty Gear Strive and Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. So if you did not have a reason to go to Boston Blue Beat before, well, you have a reason now. Go get those Arc World Tour points or qualify by winning this one. I believe I actually should look up to see what ranking it is here. I think is it a gold qualifier or is it a platinum qualifier? Either way, it is a qualifier, so definitely go sign up if you can. It once again,
super excited about that.
And don't forget, not only do we have a plethora of main games you saw on that previous slide, we have a plethora of side games as well, in case those did not fit your fancy. We have KOF 15, we got Wonderful World, we got Idol Showdown, Virtua Fighter 5, and Vampire Savior. A pretty nice selection, if I do say so myself. So go ahead, if you want to register for those tournaments, there's the link down there on that slide that you can go ahead and follow. Either way, it's going to be a pretty solid weekend. So you do not want to miss it, either whether you're at the event or watching from home.
And you're watching Boston Blue Beat Weekly. We run this every single week. BlazBlue, Accent Core, and Uni, all at 8 p.m., all on Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday. So be sure to tune in whenever you can. Enter. These are open entrance brackets, and enjoy the grand finals that we're about to start here.
All right, and with that, that's going to segue us into what should be our first game now, as the players are going to be given the thumbs up to get us started for the final set of the night. Folks, it's been a long one, but hey, It's been a good one. Let's end this one off right. Bang, Relius?
Select your character.
We'll see.
Let's
Are
see.
we
The
throwing
Jin?
or are we not?
The
Are we
Jin, the
throwing or are we
new,
not?
12.
Oh god. We're throwing.
the secondary. We're welcome to secondary.
We're throwing! We're throwing! Okay, so
Is it
Relius,
even
you're
throwing
locked to the
for
move.
content?
Kobe is debating who he wants to play, it seems.
Naoto Kurogane.
Does he have a
Will
Naruto?
he-
I've never seen this guy play Naruto. I have never seen this guy play Naruto, but
Well, he has
Hey.
3,500 games.
where does he get the time to play this? Does he like
The wheel of fate is
forgo
turning.
eating food and just play BlazBlue?
It's called dedication, and Killakobe is oozing with it.
Yeah, sure. Let's call it that. You got the pesto colors, and Moo is definitely getting combo. That's for sure.
Oh, chase down even on the Murakumo backdash.
Hey, Naruto will be like that. Oh my god, the dash through, but Dawn is pressing. Super, go blocked, counter hit. Yeah, no. You definitely want to be bursting that one if you want to get that damage. 60 running in. We saw an anti-air attempt, but that was a really weird trade between the two of them. Fatal counter 60. Alright, that's definitely going to work this time.
Should be lethal there for Don. Has plenty of
Oh, yeah.
meter. Oh my.
Oh my, what are, hello? Hello?
I feel like you just burst this for the vibes. Like, that shouldn't have hit me. Reset? Bro,
Alright.
we're starting out at Scrambled Egg City right here.
Interesting grands we have here. Okay, yeah. Good counter hit there. Not going to let Kobe charge up those specials. Alright, anyways. Bit set up in the corner. Staying this combo. Second bit. But just keep him locked down. 60 to poke from afar. No more bits though. And OD is now on the table for Kobe. 6 seconds remaining, but going to get smacked in the process. Dawn should be able to finish this one out and lock Kobe out of first for the next round.
Really good standing A anti-air there from Don. It's really impressed by that.
Perfect going to Dawn.
Action.
Let's keep this one up. Oh, another good read here for Dawn. Immediate backdash for the whiff punish. And now Dawn has Kobe in the corner. Actually, interestingly enough, we have yet to see like Kobe really go for many of these DPs here for Naoto. As I say, that DP comes out, but you know that's pretty tough. And I think that's like the reason why we're not seeing much of those DPs, because I was about to talk about it. It was the fact that Moo is often playing at this space that will actually just outspace that completely, like we saw right there, as we're kind of just poking with the 60s and then falling with the bits afterwards.
I think you're right on the money there, Salty Boy, that the spacing is a little dicey there, seeing Killakobe going out with a whiff DP there again.
60 is like one of those buttons where you're really only using it for pressure sequences and combo filler, because the problem with 60 is while it has a massive disjoint, it has an incredible amount of end lag, and there's a massive dead spot in between it as well. So you gotta be like perfectly spaced, and you want to make sure that you have something to back it up, like the bits, for example. And that's why you often see Don go for that in the corner, even if you're not really going for like any crazy mix-up. It's just keeping you safe and keeping Kobe locked, keeping like your opponent locked down.
Yeah. Now Kobe's kind of, you know, has that optimal Naoto stagger pressure range, but couldn't convert off of the crush trigger. That was really unfortunate.
Good block on the other side, running up. There we go. Nice hit, but unfortunately not able to get a full combo off it. DP blown right through Moon's Crystal Prison. DP once again, get out of the air. DP in your face once again. What are you doing? RC going right back in. Kobe playing how Naoto should be playing.
Yeah, the aggression from Killakobe. This matchup is all about closing the distance. Really good corner positioning. Has to watch the DP.
Get hit by the DP, but an immediate air dash back from Kobe. He's playing so aggressive, and you kind of have to be as a Naoto. The entire game you're playing is like being a fly, right? You just trying to be right in front of the opponent's face, be as annoying as possible, and prevent them from actually spacing you out. And when you're a character like Mu, even though you have that DP, playing defense still can be quite rough.
And that's crazy. Flies do be creating a lot of whiff opportunities. Luckily, flies can't really whiff punish you. So it's not too bad in real life, but yeah. They are quite the whiffers.
Dude, imagine you're trying to slap a fly in real life and it just hits you for 5k damage in response.
You get pile bunkered.
Exactly.
Slam into your cabinet and like the whole house shakes. I'm glad we don't live in that world.
We don't drop these. We do not drop those. Use the DP to the face, but immediate DP in response. DP again, here we go. DP again? No, okay, we're gonna be a little... Never mind. We're going full throttle right now. We do not respect the other opponent at all.
Now just putting in work. Oh my... Whoa! Huge starter.
DP knockdown, DP the other side. I'm going to be saying this quite a lot. 60 whip. Yeah, and see how much end lag was tied to that 60, right? Even though Kobe waited so long, we were still able to get a counter there. Well, we were trying to press something after the 60, though.
Yeah,
but you kind of like get what I'm trying to say.
Whiffing that button is really, really not good.
But now we're stuck in a similar situation to what we saw before, so you gotta be a little more patient with that DP, right? A little bit more reserved because of the possibility that you're going to be outspaced, and that's what we're going to see right here as Kobe tries to go for a very aggressive approach, but Ooh is just like way too far away for that to actually be reasonable.
Yeah, Kobe had all the oh my god, all of the particles on him in the corner there.
Fatal counter, overhead too, right?
Ooh, nice delay, making the whiff from Kobe's anti-air.
Oh no! Unfortunately, not able to get the extension there and not able to step that last bit. And now Kobe is able to roam free here, a free man out of his prison cell, and is now just a threat. Menace to the public. Kobe has that Astral on deck now. I see that character portrait flashing, but I don't think we're going to be able to have an opportunity to spend it. Maybe go for that DPRC, but we're stuck in the corner. We saw this position many times before. You cannot go for these aggressive defensive options, and we might not
staying alive.
Oh no, but a massive whiff.
And so I think Don may have been like, well, if he DPs, then the laser kills him, but the super too invincible and too much damage.
Oh. Unfortunate ending to that round for Dawn, but that does mean Kobe is going up 2-1 over Dawn in a winning position right now, and one more game to go, and we got this one in the bag here. Grand Finals, Naoto versus Mu. Who would have expected it? I surely didn't. Either way, we're in for a treat here as we are seeing burst spent from Kobe, immediately not wanting to deal with that damage, not wanting to deal with that corner setup, and instead trying to get something started of his own. There it is. That's the starter that he's looking for. Counter hit.
Man, it would be huge here for Kobe to take this home.
As Naoto, you're looking for those counter hits as well, because Naoto kind of struggles when it comes to that high-low mix-up game. Even that cross-up mix-up game as well, he kind of struggles with. So he really just thrives in establishing stagger pressure, making you press a button, and then punishing you for it. Or, with punishing you because he has these really big normals, these really big specials that kind of like move him so far up in your face. But Kobe playing that one really excellently and placing himself onto tournament point. One more round to go.
Blasting away towards the corner. Quick take there by Kobe. The Phantom Pain. Securing the positioning for Kobe as well as a grip of damage here.
Kobe's really been on top of his combos as well. Very surprising to see, like, we're not really dropping any of these. For the most part, at least. Oh, phasing right on it through in the first bend from
Huge
Don.
run
But once
forward.
again, we're just running right in. We do not care. But you might have to care a little bit more now, as this is going to be doing a good grip of damage. A fantastic starter for Don. As you can see, 5k damage on his side of the table. DP arcsys getting himself out to the other side. This going to chase him all the way full screen though, as he tries to run away. Burst on the table for Kobe still. Don does not have anything, but has 50 meter, almost 100 meter. But that's not going to be a factor because I think Kobe has this one in the bag. OD.
Tournament secured here for Killakobes off of that starter. The Naoto versus New is going the way of Killakobes as he secures this tournament.
Great stuff to Kobe. What are we even going to put on the graphic at this point? We're going to put the Naoto, we're going to put the Jin, or we're going to put the Bang because he's played 3 different characters in this tournament, at least the ones that we've seen.
And he's
on
won
this
key
stream.
matches with all of them.
He
That's the
has.
crazy part.
He's won 3 sets in a row with all 3 of them. Hey, you know what? Maybe this Kobe character is clean. Maybe this maybe this Naoto champion has something going for him.
He's got the sauce.
Yeah, absolutely. But great stuff to everyone that showed up to the tournament tonight. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that grand finals, as we're seeing something a little bit different from these 2 players. But once again, congratulations to Killakobes and Don, and as well as Darkasinsku for an incredible run tonight, as well as Quetzalgoatl, JustATomato, Oni, Cam, and Tubazo for all making this top 8. And everyone that showed up, show up for next week as well, because I know that one is absolutely going to be stacked. And remember, Boston Blue each episode, sign up while you can.
Thank you to our players for coming out tonight. Know that this is an open entry bracket, so next Monday will be the next time you'll be able to enter. And yeah, same thing. I'm totally with you, Salty. Last Boston Blue Beat online before CEO is going to be pretty big. So thank you for having us, and we'll be signing off now.
Have a good one, y'all.